Back live. Let's go. I think I should go adjust this in my live. Thumbnail. JCS62. Save that. Okay, we are live again and having a good time. We have 9 on Twitch. That can't be right. Back live, and we'll be trying to stream through the whole night through finals. Cool. What's up, everyone? Hope you guys are doing well tonight. I'm just posting that I'm restreaming. Ordered some food. Should be here in a bit. I think also I want to do this. How did I do this? I did this like literally. Sure. Okay. Cool. Everything should be good. We are live. We are cooking. No harm, no foul. Let's have fun. Honestly. Small stream, chill stream, whatever you want to call it. Don't know if people will come by. Obviously, Azul's much bigger than me, and I'm cooked a little bit, but there, we'll have a good time watching. Yo, what's up, Joseph? Oh, yeah. My mom texted me. My mom's not feeling the greatest, so she texted me if I could go get my sister from... she went to a concert and then some stuff, so she was like, can you go pick your sister up? And I was like, it's like a 35-minute drive there and 35-minute back, and my mom didn't want to go late at night, which is understandable. So I went and did it. So when duty calls, I go. So I am a little bit more tired than usual because I had to go do all these errands and stuff. But at the same time, I would just go as long as I possibly can and see how I feel. So just thanks for coming to hang out with me. We'll go as long as tonight as we can. Okay, we want to go now. I ordered some Popeyes. I'm waiting for it. Should be hopefully here soon. Okay, it's still in the preparing your order step, so I don't think it's actually going to be here soon. Maybe ordering Popeyes like right before they close is kind of an L. Do 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 do. RP Law is a good deck. I actually like RP Law quite a bit. RP Law is good. Good deck. It's a good one to put practice to. BY Luffy is another one I want to learn, but I feel like that one's a little bit more for funds. So a little bit unique. I know a lot of people are streaming like JCS games on their own respective ends right now. It looks like those like the dinner plates in the middle are really funny. They send me every time. There for the winning. But I do think this is like a really cool event, and I would love to play in something like this at some point in my career. Obviously, I think there's like ways to figure out how to do this, but yeah, I would love to do this at some point in my career for sure. This is like not a big crowd, but it looks like there's a stage for each game. So I think red is our stage for TCG. I have to assume that means that okay. So the multiple chairs one has to be unite, I think, and that looks like it's yellow. I don't know. So blue, I think blue would probably have to be VGC then, by proxy of stuff. Do 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 do. The matchup is very RP law favored if it's just you two up against each other. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. We're just vibing. It looks like we're going to round 3 here. I don't know how many rounds there are today before top cut. I guess that's my one big thing. Hi, Ryan. Welcome back. Are you in bed? Is that sleepy emoji? I can't tell. I'm on a restream app. Okay. We have the main feature and a bunch of sub features. There is a player at 36 match points. Player at 38 match points. So that means they came in at 30 and went 2-0-2-0, or they went 2-0-1, 2-0-1-0. So they put themselves in a position where they are... So we're heading into round 13, actually. Sorry, round 3 of today. Okay, nice. Just don't pick up my order. My DoorDash order just said that he's 5 miles from the store. Banger. The store is less than 5 miles from my house. So first place right now has... Are they going to show everybody? Because they're showing down to 48th, which is kind of crazy. But like 48th is 29 match points, and first is at 38 match points. And what are they cutting to? Are they cutting to 16 or 8? I think it's 8, if I'm mistaken. What's up, Marshy? Ooh. We're just waiting for the next round to kick off. It looks like just vibing. Dude, my DoorDash order is dropping like a bunch of like messages. I don't care. Are Dashers allowed to just ask for tip? I was gonna ask how you turn so many cups and challenges. I'm wondering where you go for rents. That you remember the one cup you said Psych Energy. Um, I I mean like cups and challenge like cups or weekends. If you don't have a car, then it's difficult. Like you can't really like go to a ton of places without a car in America. So it's like kind of unfortunate. But the DMV has like a ton of um like doesn't have a ton of like accessible like there's nothing on the metro line really. Like I just put it in the event locator and it like comes down to where you're willing to travel to because like you can travel all the way up to even up to Delaware if you need to go to stuff or Philadelphia or stuff. Um but there's cups and challenges pretty much every weekend in the DMV. We have a lot of card stores. Um and I mean if you don't have stuff going on the weekends, it's like fine. Like but you if you don't have access to a car, it's going to be difficult to get places off just purely Metro because I don't think there's a lot off of just a Metro. Like there's a challenge store, which I guess will eventually become a cup store. Um, Given enough time, but like most of the stores are drivable distance. Like for me, I'm in like I'm not going to dox my exact location, but I'm in Northern Virginia, which means that like getting to a bunch of places in Eastern Maryland is less than an hour. I don't go to South Maryland. That's too far for me. I don't typically go like the closer I get to Baltimore is like kind of my line because like Baltimore's about an hour. So I will do like an hour radius for myself, and if I want to go a little bit further, there has to be something associated for it. Like I would rather like go see a friend or like if there's dinner or something. Um, but typically like if you don't have a car, it's just difficult. But like getting to challenges and cups is super easy. Just go on a weekend, right? Like if you don't have activities planned for your weekend, you should be able to go play cups. Challenges can be weekdays. Um, there's a couple of stores that I go to that have like weekday challenges specifically. Um, just because they have other card games and stuff that eat up their weekend slots, so they can't like really prioritize like Pokemon over Magic or like Lorcana or One Piece or something. Because they're smaller stores, they have to kind of pick and choose. So I'll choose to go to the like weekday ones on purpose because like I just know that there will be less competition. Like it's not like a slight to anyone, like but winning a 16-person challenge is much easier to win than like a 70-person challenge. Yeah, I mean you should make friends that live close to you about rides and stuff. Maybe some of your locals are like more inclined to drive to places, so you could talk to them and figure something out. That's how like a lot of friends start. You have a 2.5 hour radius? Yeah, Ryan. I think like Midwest is a little tougher. Okay, so our area didn't have a ton of stuff in like a close proximity, but since COVID, a lot of card stores or like a lot of game stores have like picked up Pokemon because I think they're like I don't know. We just have a lot more stores. It feels like I feel like we like tripled in stores, which like doesn't make any sense to me, but we have. If that somehow 3 hour. Oh, that's cool, Steven. I do think judging is good. I try to judge the one closest to me if I can. But also I've needed the points every time, so I did a challenge. Oh no, I did a cup. I judged a cup. Um, like I judged a cup, but that's about it. Uh, yeah. But I'm gonna try to do more the further I get. Yeah, anytime. I mean, I personally like don't know like the best way to do things besides just putting into the event locator and then it's like making connections in your area for rides. Um, I personally like don't really give like people rides unless I'm really close with them because uh, I try to time my like challenges and cups around other daily activities because on weekends, like my biggest gripe with cups is that you can go to a cup at like 11 in the morning or like let's even say 10 or 11 in the morning that they start, which means your morning starts with the cup unless you get up at like 6 in the morning on a weekend, which is ridiculous. Like I'm not doing that. Um, but let's say I get up at like 8:39 on a weekend, drive about an hour to a cup. Cup starts at 11. I get there at like 10:15, 10:30. Maybe stop for breakfast or maybe make breakfast at home before I leave. If I make it to the finals of the cup or even make top cut of the cup, that'll be like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, probably. And finals or like let's say cut starts at like 2:30, 3. Finals will go until probably 5 or 6. So your whole day is eaten up at that point. But let's say I drive with someone else and they do well, I have to wait for them if I do bad. So my philosophy has kind of changed to I'm gonna drive myself because even though like I can save on gas or whatever, if I start the tournament and go 0-2, or like I'm in a position where I can no longer advance to top cut or my tournament run gets cut short, I can just leave and go to the gym um, to do whatever. Like I can go like make more out of my Saturday than just sitting around. Like I love hanging out with my locals and talking to people, but I don't love them enough to eat up my entire Saturday. You know, like I would rather go do something else. Um, and you can't always expect that cups and stuff you'll always do well at, even if you're a good player. 'Cause it's best of one. With challenges, also I like to just go and do stuff because sometimes it's like the first couple challenges I popped off at. So like my BFL was firsts and seconds. So if I lost round one of a challenge, I just left. I was just like, cool, sick, bye. So stuff like that. We've gone from 6 stores to cover missions. Okay, double. Yeah, I think so. What I've heard, and obviously if anyone runs a league or a store in here can correct me if I'm wrong, is that a lot of stores during COVID like didn't report numbers for like pre-releases or something. I don't know. They didn't report correctly, so a lot of stores lost their rights to do challenges and cups. So then when COVID ended, a lot of stores had to do like 3 pre-release cycles before they got approved for challenges, and then they had to do 3 challenge cycles before they got approved for cups. Um, so like we've had a lot of stores that got like quarter 3, quarter 4 cups like out of nowhere this year, and I was just like, I've never heard of this store. Like I went to a cup, and we had to pretty much tell the guys like it was a cup that started at 5 p.m. and we had to tell them that BO3 Swiss into cut means we're gonna be here until like 2 in the morning. And and they like were like confused because like they were like, oh, we close at 10 though, and I was like, yes, if you do BO3 Swiss into cut, we will not finish by 10. You will have to pay your employees overtime, and you'll have to keep the store open. So like I had to like talk to the guy who runs it there because he didn't know what he was doing to just run a best of one Swiss. I'm gonna refresh this because I don't think we're live real quick. 3 league seasons, got it. That makes sense to me. Here, let me see if I have my season tracker tab too. I can pull up this guys for you. So here's my season tracker tab. This season I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 challenges, which is actually pretty low, I think, because challenges you can just go to more, like, there's one every month, so you should be able to hit as many as you want. And, like, if you look, I have a bunch of repeat stores, so I went to ones that are closer to me and not traveled far. And then cups I went to a lot, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Because I just had a pretty bad track record across the season at cups. And then regionals, obviously, I get a bit. And then I have my cost tracker. I'm going to make this all video at the end of the season so you guys can enjoy that too. And I'm going to break it down. We have Dragapult on the right. It looks like Comfy Pult versus... oh, something crashed. Sick. Yeah, I think stores don't really understand cups sometimes, besides, like, we can get money from it. All right. The one challenge I went to was BO3, which was fun, but it was an 8-person challenge. Was it the Labyrinth store? In DC. I'm assuming that's the store. You don't have to answer if you don't want to dox yourself either. Also, but Labyrinth likes to do BO3 quite a bit. I was gonna try to go to that challenge this month, but it was like very poorly coincided with a music festival I was going to. So I was like, if I can go to this BO3 challenge, I can go play this BO3 challenge and go straight to the festival. Because it's like the festival is at Stadium Armory, which is like 2 metro stops away from Eastern Market. But I was like, it was during day 2 of the festival, and after day 1 I realized I'm an old man, and I woke up and I was like, yeah dude, my body is not okay to go to a league challenge. I'm just gonna sleep for another 2 hours or 3 hours. And I did that. So I like Excel sheets idea. Yeah, I mean, I'll show off the whole sheet. Like, I'm gonna do a video at the end of the season, just talking about the video and all that stuff. So it'll be something so you guys can like use it as a reference or a base as how much like I as a top player spend when I go to all my events. And I'll like fully talk about like why I spent more money on certain events than other events, because I obviously spent more than a lot of other people in this season. And I did like treat myself a little bit. So Stores keeps saying, yeah, dude, I think stores doing only prize packs to pay out is a little bit cringe, because the prize packs are meant to be like something to help players, which is really cool, right? But like the fact that they use it to supplement prizing is really awful. Like, oh, you got finals of a cup, but it was a $20 entry, here is like $50 back and 10 prize packs, congratulations. And I just look at the like 10 prize packs and I'm like, these are supposed to be things you give out for free. Like, why is this part of the prize thing? DC is expensive in general. I just get used to that, I think. Dude, my guy Edward, my DoorDash dude Edward is yapping, man. Yo, what's up, Christian? Yeah, I mean, I don't stream very often, so... Prize packs are given out to the stores for free. It's wild. There's an actual price of $25 entries, but pricing on a cut in a manner. I haven't had a I have had very few, I think, cups prize out fairly. Challenges I'm not so pressed about if like a challenge awards just like prize packs and like a little bit of store credit, or like prize packs and like a booster pack or something. Because I feel like challenges, you're like getting what you pay for, because usually they're like less than 10, like $10 or lower. So like I'm not really expecting anything out of a challenge, especially if it's like a Tuesday night at like some store that's in the middle of a mall. But like with cups, I'm always like a little bit disappointed, because sometimes cups have like 30 like $30 entry fees and I get nothing. No, Labyrinth in DC. We're talking about the DMV. I don't know shit about Philly. I'm not gonna lie. Or Pennsylvania. I don't know you guys. I've been to a couple of Will Post's cups, but that's about it. Yeah, I think if you go above $10 for a challenge, it's like very hard for people to show up. Also, this deck, this matchup seems, uh, Labyrinth is by Eastern Market. I'm pretty sure. It's like directly. I think it's like walking distance from Eastern Market. Um, Metro. I've gone to Labyrinth a couple times, but I haven't been since the beginning of the season. I went. They had a challenge like first quarter or like September, October, and I think something happened to their professor that was running events, because they have a whole new person now, and they just kind of stopped doing it, and I was like, oh. And then they randomly showed up again in April, and I was like, oh, we're back. I'm assuming at X3 these players are like probably fighting for their life. I went to the taco place last time I went. That's like right across the street. Because last time I went, I won the challenge, so I was there. GP Fire is not great. You get rid of Fire, probably set up your board a little bit further. Yeah, okay, that seems reasonable actually, Steven. I don't hate that. I actually quite like that. Yeah, I feel like it was good. It was fine. I mean, there's a good amount of food selection there and stuff. Thank you for the follow, Grant. I appreciate it. Okay, dude. Let's see if this guy just kept yapping or what. Me personally, I don't want to. I personally don't want to go up there while he's still up there, because I didn't tip, or I'm gonna tip, but I don't want to like give him an extra tip, because like it's not my responsibility that you picked up an order that's 5 miles away. Like that's just like a really stupid thing to do. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Are fresh sleeves all to play for majors? Yes. Please don't ever use used sleeves for a major, because if you get deck checked and you have any small markings on your sleeves, those can be misconstrued as something worse if possible. So there's dark energies in this as well, so I assume there's like Monkey Dory to add damage. Boss's orders coming through. There's E-switches. Basically, this is like an aggro Firebox deck, it looks like. So we're going to see how it goes. What's the play for NAIC in your opinion? I don't know yet. I'm still in the early stages of figuring stuff out. like I am still. I know that's like a weird thing to say. Uh, so like I don't like really know how to justify that. I haven't really put a ton. I mean, I put a ton of time in, but I don't really know if I have a great grasp yet. I still have a lot of stuff I want to try out before I get in there. Lol, dude. Is this stream also on Twitch? It is on Twitch as well. Have you tried to Dragapult with Pidgeot EX thing upper? I have played a couple games. I've played a lot of games in general in Pokemon. I will continue to play games until I feel comfortable with the format so far. We're seeing E-Switch to attach retreats. You can go into Flutter Mane here, which is really good if you can get the attack off. Flutter this turn would be really good. Realistically. We're just going to Motivate, it looks like. I think Motivate is 2 to the same Pokemon, right? So we're just going to power up. Like, we probably could put 2 on Delphox. And setting up. Flying High is always a play. I mean, it is coin flips. See what happens. Ogre does feel really good. I think Ogerpon's a good deck for sure. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. The Fluttermane's a little bit too late now as an attacker in this matchup. So let's talk about the game a little bit and we'll answer questions in between games. And also I have to go grab my food at some point. But this is a situation where, like, we tunnel vision on the Fluttermane, and this, like, Firebox deck obviously has issues setting up. So it's like, could we have set up better? No, probably not, given the virtue of how cards panned out in the favor. We have Ogerpon as well here. Not Ogerpon, no, we have Monkey Dory. So we can go Monkey Dory onto the board and get a Dark on there. We can start moving some damage counters off and supplementing our damage from the Gouging Fire, because Gouging Fire does 260, which means we can 2-shot the active, or 1-shot technically, if we can, like, go move damage counters this turn, move damage counters next turn. We have the booster capsule, but the booster capsule doesn't do a ton right now. But, like, we don't have a great amount of follow-up. Like, we put a lot of effort into, like, building this Fluttermane, and this Fluttermane just kind of sucks right now. Like, the Fluttermane doesn't do anything in the grand scheme of the game because we didn't get it early. We weren't able to put it into the active, and we had to use Motivate, giving our opponent, like, an opportunity to, like, set up their board in a way that they could. Missing the Monkey Dory here kind of sucks, because if we were able to Monkey Dory and go to 290 this turn, then we can kill the Dragapult off the board for kind of free. And maybe we can target down, like, the Dreepy in the same turn. But now we're in a position where this Dragapult gets to live for an extra turn, meaning that it can take the knockout on the active and put pressure on something on the bench. Played for 5 rounds BO3 at locals. I can play with you for cups. Yeah, I would never play BO3 for cups. For single Swiss rounds. How was locals? You have fun being? I mean, now the gouging fire can't attack right now. There's a switch cart in hand, so we can heal a little bit. But the board is like super gutted for the gouging fire player, so they have to like set up a new attacker. They have to switch cart. I think you really don't want to hit this like active. I don't know. I personally feel like it's probably like fine. What is TWM? Where does he retreat here? Probably retreat Sada, and he has a switch card. But I don't know. I feel like switch carding something with the damage is better here. Or are we going to boss? I mean, we don't have a boss, right? Like, it's going to be a Sada for sure. Draw 3. We can Ultra Ball for Monkey Dory. I mean, I think Ultra Ball, Monkey Dory, E-Switch is a better play here. And you can get 30 damage off of your gouging fire because there's 200. I don't know. I feel like getting Monkey Dory into play is good. All fun games to the Guardians figured out how to play the game. Yeah, true. We have maybe 2 stores that will be willing to do BO3 cups over the store at convenience. Like, I think like for like the employees even, like it's just because a lot of the time the staff at these tournaments are not, they're not like judges. They're like actual like store staff. So, yeah. I mean, I think a challenge is like meant to be like a quick event. Like, so I'd rather just like get there and get in and get out. Like, I would rather not waste my whole day playing a challenge. Like, that's why I don't like BO3. Because, like, that's, I think, the biggest gripe with people with locals, where, like, a locals should not eat up my whole day. A local should eat up a couple hours, like 4 or 5 hours, maybe tops. But, like, a BO3 challenge, there's the potential to eat up, like, 7, 8 hours on a day. And the same with, like, a BO3 cup, especially. Like, that would eat up pretty much the entire day. But, like, going to a challenge on a Saturday in the morning, being done by, like, 2 or 3 means I have the whole remaining day to go to, like, the gym and do a bunch of stuff. Okay. So we're going to be able to go ahead and instant charge here. The Fluttermane actually putting in a little bit of work. But, I mean, obviously, once a Dragapult hits the board and the boss's orders happens, the game actually just ends. I don't know if this Firebox deck has any gust. Or not gust. Any way to, like, stop... like, hand disruption. Like, I think you have to boss the Dracloak this turn. And just KO it with Fluttermane. Like, I think that's completely fine. Basin here is good. Like, there's no way you... chase down this Manaphy. That like doesn't make any sense to me. I think you just chase down, like, I think it's just a boss's orders on the Dracloak here. And then you just knock out the Dracloak, put 20 onto the same Comfy you've been stacking damage onto, and set up for a 2-prize turn for game, potentially. Yo, thanks, Joseph. Is Mom awake? Probably not, right? I assume she's asleep. It's actually only 11, so maybe she's up. Yeah, see, boss up Dracloak I think is the correct play here. This game has been surprisingly 20 minutes long, which is kind of crazy because this like Firebox deck seems like it should be fast. This player's just taking his sweet time, I guess. Attach fire. Knockout, and then I think spreading is also fine because you can put it on the Dreepy and just like get the Dreepy set up. I think the other candy maybe is like something we're looking for here. Having the free pivot with the board is nice here. Another Dracloak, so another boss is good if we can get there. I mean, you just take the Dreepy here, I think. Unless you need to accelerate the energies, which is good as well. So we're coercing here. I mean, I think the Iono is a cool little... Oh, never mind. We're getting rid of the Iono. I was going to say, Iono is a cool little tool we can use here for later. There is... Okay, this is crazy. Because I think there is 260 on the guy on the bench. So if we just vacuum the tool this turn and, like, take the candy, like, we could have maybe won the game. I don't know. Maybe I'm trolling. Maybe we do it next turn. Like, I think we have to attach here for sure. We also have Zard available to us, so I think maybe we're fine giving up another prize. I think we did a deck search. We don't have candy. I think we're going to save the vacuum for next turn, maybe. But now we just lose on Iono, potentially. Wrote him for 3 again. Okay. I think maybe we're making the gut read that they don't have Gust. Oh, another top deck boss. Okay, so now we're in a position where we can boss up again the Dracloak and kill the other Dracloak and put 20 damage again. And now the Dragapult player needs to find Candy, Dragapult, Gate, Rod, boss. Because now Vacuum on the dude doesn't do enough. But okay, that's like, there's like a 20 card hand. That's crazy. Like that's an insane amount of cards in one hand. That's wow. We're gonna see. I mean, obviously thinning here is good. It's definitely a bossing, although like I don't see another way we're not bossing this turn. Just like no reason not to boss this turn, I think. Thank you guys for hanging out with me though tonight. I know that we're just vibing. So yeah, appreciate you guys being here. The boss coming through again. Boss is gonna basically just take out the Dracloak, put 20 more damage on something. Probably put pressure on Dreepy, just keep it up, like keep the same train of thought. Player on the right, shaking his head. He knows that he needs his candy pretty desperately. Candy, Rod. There's literally so many cards. There's no way we're missing stuff. Is that an E-switch? Why would there be an E-switch in this list? That doesn't make any sense to me. I think he's counting energy to try to stall. Maybe. But I don't think stall is even the correct strategy. Like, you have to... Like, are we playing Gates in this build? Like, I don't see a reason why we wouldn't be playing Gates. There's Candy Dragapult. So we're going to go ahead and vacuum. Nest Ball. Get rid of the tool. See... We retreated here, so we could have switch carded earlier in the game, like 100%, and then to save this guy. I don't know why we didn't switch card earlier in the game when we could have. Zard hitting the board, attach for turn, and then a boss's orders for game. Yep, there it is. Cool. I mean, this deck seems pretty, like, it's like basically like baby. Yeah, I feel like the way that the setup was going, if the other deck wasn't as aggressive, this situation doesn't even occur. But the other deck was so aggressive that it did happen. Before game 2 kicks off, I'm gonna go grab my food. I'll be right back. No one... Everyone behave. Alright, did everyone behave? I'm back. What's happening? Who chose first in this game? There's no way the Firebox player chose first, man. It's a cutting meal of what I'm eating right now because I am on a cut. So you don't have to like eat only food cooked at home for a cut meal. Oh, Iono turn one. Wow. Okay. All right. All right. So no chorus into like. There's not going to be a cram play this turn. As we hit vacuum. Vacuum would have been kind of insane, but basically like you can eat outside food, just make it like in a healthy way. I I basically get blackened tenders from Popeyes, which is like their version of just like grilled tenders, effectively, with a good spice rub. And the blackened tenders are like 250 calories, 260 calories for 46 grams of protein. And then I get the mashed potatoes as my side because potatoes are the most filling. It's like 100 calories ish. And yeah, the whole meal is like 400 calories and 46 grams of protein. I crack a nice cold Coke Zero. And that's a meal. I'm not like going super low on my cut with numbers, but I am definitely going a lot lower than I probably should be. Hope everyone's nights are going well, by the way. Getting a sip from a Coke Zero is fantastic. I mean, has there been a Marshadow? Is there a Marshadow in this game? I think the cards that we get reflect the games quite a bit. So like we're on the Kitakami sets right now. We're on the Blueberry Academy sets. So I don't know what comes after this because we have main set September. Main set in November, December, and then it's February. Legend ZA is not till early next year. So our first Legend ZA set will probably be our spring set. Pretty insane turn 2. And now a boss's orders plus vacuum basically just wins the game for the Dragon Ball player, which is crazy. Does every Paldea Pokemon have a card? I think yes is what I want to say. I'm going to lean towards yes. I think that's, you got to search that one up and let me know. Oh yeah, Terapagos has to come. We got the Loyal 3 in baby form. The big ones come out soon. Oh, Hydrapple. That's good. Hydrapple, new Duraludon, I think, also needs a card. Basically, the back half of the expansion, the new expansion. We are in round 13 of the tournament wheel, the third round of day 2. I was about to do something on my phone. Why did I pull it up? We're just vibing. I'm finally eating dinner, so... I went to the gym way earlier than usual, so my body doesn't know what the fuck's going on. I went to the gym when I woke up today. So I was at the gym at like noon. And it's kind of weird how many people are at the gym at noon on a Saturday. Because on a weekend, I usually go in at night, and there's like not that many people. We're going to Entei first, yep. Oh, there's the dark. Cool. So we're going to be able to Greninja here. This is good. We get the Monkey Door to move damage off and like actually two-shot this guy, but we don't have the Entei with Hat inactive. We can take a look at some of the new cards after this game. While we wait. Switch card is good here too. But the problem is, we don't have... I don't know if we can 260 this turn. Do we already Sada? Like, I think there's a world where we could just go 260 this turn. I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, just heal 30 off the bench. Put it on the active. This just feels bad, though. This just feels really bad. I don't know. 30 to Dreepy on the other side, maybe? Set up another Dragapult that's coming up. Hopefully you guys cannot hear me eating. That would be embarrassing. If you guys can hear me eating, I'm just going to mute myself. On the right side, it's Lost Box Dragapult. Dude, I guess I must have been hungrier than usual. I am gulping this down. Firebox deck had a pretty decent turn, but the problem here is that, I mean, like, so Entei on the bench has 170, so it gets knocked out anyway. This is such an insane commitment to basically just lose to 2 attacks. Like, Entei's going to go down. You're going to give up 2 prize cards for, like, basically nothing. This is funny because you have, like, all these, like, look at the top 2 effects. You have Comfy and you have Dracloak in the same deck. Second Iono. Okay, I didn't expect that. I saw 1 Iono. And I thought that'd be it, really, honestly. Like, 1 Iono, maybe 1 Roxanne. Holy moly, double gate Dracloak. We're just going to attack here. And just knock it out. Knock out the Entei. Pretty good, honestly. I mean, Dragapult goes down here. But, like, the other player doesn't really have anything on the board. But their deck, and they can't even, like... They have double switch card. Plus, I mean, obviously, I think you... First thing you do is always Monkey Dory here, because taking 2 prize cards gives you the most information available, and you're always making this play. And you have a boss's order in hand to continue your, like, chain of chasing stuff down. Comfy's going to hit the active. Gouging Fire can't attack here. So you're going to Nest Ball for another Gouging Fire, probably. Or we're going to get another Monkey Dory. That's interesting. I don't know if I like that. Oh, we have 2 Nest Balls. I didn't see the other Nest Ball. So we can go get Monkey Dory and another Gouging Fire. We actually had to move a ton of damage off our board this turn. So now we don't lose to, like, Boss Vacuum. I mean, double switch card's kind of insane because you can basically go Basin onto the bench one and basically heal that one immediately also. Move 30 more, so you basically healed 90 damage for free this turn. Yeah, I mean, this is like a pretty crazy hand, honestly. Yeah, Vessel's good here. We Greninja 2 cards too. Honestly, kind of crazy how this deck is setting up pretty reasonably. But there's only 10 minutes on the clock, so there's just not enough time for a game 3 unless someone gets donked. So we're going to move the 30 damage. I would probably just start stacking onto Manaphy. Give yourself the option for Delphox. Yeah, see? Like, the Delphox was going to hit the board at some point. So why not chase Manaphy? Or you damage Manaphy this turn, kill it next turn, and have a clear win con to snipe. I mean, like, sure, man. Like, this is also fine, but you can produce a lose con. There's what, 100, 190. So 60 damage doesn't kill the gouging fire. But now a potential boss could be a problem. I mean, I think the gouging fire player is favored in this situation. Because they've basically set up a board state where they can take 3 prize cards in one turn. Like, even through a switch card, I guess. Rod, yep, there we go. I don't like this version of Dragapult because you need so many resources to actually play the game. It would be crazy if a second Manaphy hit the board. Like, I just would not know what to do with myself. There's a gate. There's a Prime Catcher in the hand. But is that enough to win the game here? Because we can take out the Delphox, which is fine. So we just actually get rid of the threat of board snipe. We're going to Dreepy and then gate again, I think. Yep, just thin our deck. This is a pretty insane turn from the Lost Box player. Recon Directive. Not much we could really be looking for, honestly, here. Getting a second Recon Directive. Prime Catcher up Delphox. Dropped it a little bit too early. And we're going to go ahead and Comfy one more time. Counter Catcher Nest Ball. I think you take Counter Catcher because if your guy somehow goes down, you have another Gust effect. But you're going to 2. And if your opponent can go kill Manaphy. I mean, your opponent realistically goes kill Manaphy, attack Dragapult. Or they just knock out Dragapult here. Because they can just put 6 damage counters on Dragapult now and knock it out. So like, if there's a way to get to third monkey, we can win. But there's like, I don't know if there's a third monkey. Switch card's good here too. So we can heal 90 effectively. I mean, I think we just base into the bench. Like, I think it's just base and bench. So, I mean, Sada's the only supporter we have access to. So, I mean, you can draw 2 with Greninja first to see what play you want to make. But Sada gives you access. You have E-Switch Switch Cart. So, actually, you can attack with a fresh Gouging Fire here, which is actually pretty insane. Like, you can go attach. You can go Monkey first, move 3 to the active. What? Huh? Okay, I don't know why my YouTube's been doing that recently. Everything's been crashing lately. I don't know why. I mean, I just feel like that play didn't make any sense to me. I think we just kill the Dragapult, right? Like, I don't think there's a world where you don't kill Dragapult. Because there's 180 left. Or 160 left. So I guess this guy never dies. Why is the switch card attached? Can we unattach the switch card? Cool. I think just killing Dragapult was fine this turn. Like, that Manaphy is always a free prize. So, like, why don't we just always kill Dragapult here and then... Oh, there's boss's orders. Never mind. I was trolling. Didn't matter. Like, I think you always kill Dragapult there. I think that's a situation where you have to take the opponent's attacker out. Because if your opponent gets another attack off, a lot of the time you probably lose. So there's, like, sure, you don't want to activate Counter Catcher. But I think, like, if you just take the attacker out, you force your opponent to find Fire, Dragapult, and then Boss. So you force them to find 3 cards versus 1 card in this situation. So Firebox player loses here. And the other player earns 5 match points for themselves moving forward to a 10-3 record, but they have 33 match points, which is pretty good because first place is at 38, I believe. So picking up those points like that is actually pretty good here, I think. Closing the gap, closing the gap. Some of the Japanese players are tweeting out their lists for the ones who didn't day 2. And some of them are really weird lists. Okay. We have an interview coming up. Food's almost done, so I can go put my plate away too. Getting turn 2 Candy Draga was pretty disgusting. We can take a look at new cards while this interview is going on. I have Pokemon proxies bookmarked here. So Night Wanderer is our next mini set coming out for Worlds. This one has Grass, Galvantula, and Joltik, which is interesting because they're, I mean, obviously bug types, but they've only been in the game as lightning types besides the dual type one, the Galvantula. We have a couple of weird additions, you know, more another United Wings card, which is pretty funny. This Kingdra is kind of cool because you can King's Order and just get 3 guys onto your bench, which is like pretty insane. I don't know if there's any good water types right now, but yeah. I think this Rev room is actually pretty good because the ability is kind of insane. Or not ability, typing is kind of insane. You do 140 times 2 to like lightning weak stuff. So Lugia dies, Pidgeot dies. That's kind of it. But you can just play the other Rev room as like your part of your engine, I guess. And Metal could be like your engine, like Metangs maybe. I don't know. Could be interesting. This Dusknoir line is pretty interesting with the Cursed Bombs. Because you just blow yourself up and do a ton of damage to your opponents. And maybe that, like, is enough to win games. Like, maybe you speedrun, like, some sort of Monkey Dory Frostlass strategy with Curse Bomb. New Slitherwing, again. This is like just a pure hands counter. Iron Buster, look, 20 plus 120 if they have a future Pokemon. Like, that's a pure counter. This is a cool card too because you draw. How do you prepare for BO3's webcams? I just play Pokemon. Like, I've played enough Pokemon where, like, there's no, like, BO1 versus BO3 practice. There's just practicing Pokemon for me. And, like, when I get to a tournament, I'll just get there. Like, we never sit down as a testing group and be like, we have to play a BO3 of this matchup. No, we will always play, like, a minimum of 4 games of a matchup where one person goes first twice and the other person goes first twice. So you can get a good indicator of how things are supposed to go. And then if we want more than 4 games, we continue to 6 and then 8 and onwards. I just play a lot of Pokemon. This Okie Dokie is cool. I like Crazy Chain quite a bit. Monkey Dory is good too. Maybe. Because you have Skip a Beat plus Peckerant. The Pheasantipity is actually really sick because you get to draw cards. Controlling Chains is also pretty good. Peckerant is a great attacker. Like, so this like weird Peckerant Monkey Dory deck could be pretty insane. Where this Monkey Dory acts as a 1-prizer. And then Peckerant is like your 2-prizer. Then you have Pheasantipity to draw cards or whatever. And then you have Ace Canceller with this guy. This is going to be insane if it's actually in the World set. Like I think because it's Worlds, people will just play this card to fuck Lost Box like super hard. Just on the virtue of it being Worlds. And then all these cards are kind of... These two are bad. These are both fucking terrible, actually. This is fine. Nightly Stretcher is kind of fine. Binding Mochi is pretty insane, actually, for poison types damage. The Okie Dokie. This is also interesting, Power Hourglass, because you can, like, attack and then repower up your board, maybe, in a certain way. I like Chorus's Tenacity. Seems like an interesting card as well. Jasmine's Technique is pretty insane for the poison decks. Cassiopeia is way too unique. Xerosix team is okay, but I don't think it's great. I think Neutral Center is interesting, for sure. I don't think Nighttime Academy is pretty good. What's up, Zipnotic? Hope you're having a good night. I am having a good time. We're vibing. We're streaming. Cannot complain, you know? We're seeing some ads right now. I'm finishing my dinner, and then I'm going to take my plate upstairs, and we can vibe. All I have left is a biscuit, but this meal is a very little amount of food, but like it hits all the macros you need, so it's fine. And that's not all. When they play this at Worlds, Okay, so they've done a really good job of not leaking anything for ZA. Or if they have, I haven't seen them. So do you think there will be something at NAIC or like a demo at Worlds? Because typically they have a demo at Worlds for the future game, but ZA is coming out in January, I think, instead of the typical like November. So let's go booty booty bum bum. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put my plate away while this song is going. It's actually a very cute song. I've seen a lot of like TikTokers do it. Okay. We're back. Looks like we have a player at 42 match points. Wait. Were they the same player that was at 38? This guy's at 40 match points despite being 12-1. 38 here. This is weird. I want to know how many more rounds are left of Swiss. Something doesn't make sense math-wise, but it's fine. We're going to do the One Piece still. Because I haven't done this one today. Okay, desktop audio is on. Okay, I always start with NL. So, Last Bounty 0, Sky Island newer. It's a female. Probably no hockey. Short female, no bounty. I mean, Reiju could be it. I don't think Viola had a bounty, but she has a Devil Fruit. I don't remember if Devil Fruit is Lugia. I don't think it is. I think go Viola. Female, no hockey, correct. No bounty. Grand Line. Later than Dressrosa. So it's not a Paramecia. It's not a Logia. It's either Reiju, maybe? So no Devil Fruits. Whole Cake Island First Saga. Dude, Whole Cake Saga is like doomed. Because there's so many characters in like Whole Cake. Who's shorter than Reiju? A lot of people. Carrot, maybe? Carrot was Zoe, though. Carrot was in Zoe. Carrot was Zoe. Let's see what the options are, actually, before we keep going. Start with each letter. We'll start with Q. Nope, no characters. W. Nope, 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 nope. I think no one here. No one in E. I mean, it could be Linlin. No, Linlin has a Devil Fruit and a bounty. Am I trolling? That was yesterday's, actually. A lot of people, but nope. I think in the T's, it could be. Those are Wano. Oh, man, I wish I could sort by gender here. That would be ideal. Could be Alti. Maybe they show Alti, but Alti's also has a Devil Fruit. Which one of the Big Mom Pirates has an ability? Is it Sora? Oh, no, it would be Vince Smoke Family. I'm trolling. P. Pudding has one. Yo, my goat, Senor Pink. Put some respect on his name. Charlotte Mondor has one. Dude, we are running out of characters. I swear, if it's like Yamato or something in like a flashback, I'm gonna be like sick, bro. G. Nope. H. The problem is, like, everyone here is, like, the introduction arc is, like, a crazy one to show off. Because, like, I don't know when people actually get introduced sometimes. Because they show them, like, for 30 seconds and they're like, hey, they were introduced. Congratulations. See if they're going to show a background match or something while we wait. No, it looks like we're just waiting for round 4 now. Zeph X Drake. Diaz Drake. Charlotte Chiffon. Grand Line Whole Cake. There's a lot of characters. One Piece is really fucking good. If you guys haven't gotten into One Piece, I will shill you on it until the day I die. Like, I think One Piece is one of the coolest things to have ever been written. I'm definitely in a bad spot here. I don't know what it could be. Yo, what's up, TJ? I think I'm cooked here. Female, no devil fruit, no hockey, no bounty. Grand line whole cake. I mean, I think it's only got to be carrot. It's the zoo. Yeah. It's supposed to be zoo. It's not whole cake. Whatever. Cringe. Where are you in the show right now? Or, like, where are you in the show, manga, whatever you're doing? Double fruit. Inu no Mi, model wolf. That's Jabra. That's Goldie Roger. Who got on the laugh? Yo, that went on for so long. Who could that be? Who sounds like that? You should start. You should start with One Piece. I think, like, people who watch One Piece are having a much better time with their life, you know? Me personally, I'm having a great time in my life, and One Piece is, you know, the determining factor in a lot of those things. Nope. Okay. This is like one of those where, like, I have no clue who it could be. I just am so lost. I'm not replaying that laugh. That laugh was ridiculously long. I think it's like, yeah. I was like, it's got to be one of the dudes. We need the Pokédoll while we wait too. We're waiting for the main feature, I think, set up here. The games are going closer to time, so there's like less overlap between or like wait times between rounds, and they're not showing like the secondary rounds because I think because it's 50 minutes, we're getting a full grip of games out of it, which is nice. So they want to go to the game first. Oh, it's Daichi-kun. Let's go. Let's go. It's Daichi. Okay, if you drop shows midway, that's a you thing. That's not on a me thing. Zoom out so I can get a screenshot for Twitter. I love Daichi. $34 match points for both these players. I don't know what the breakers are because this tournament's weird. But I don't even know how many rounds they have, to be honest. I shouldn't have favorites here, but I'm clearly rooting for Daichi because Some sound of the Pokemon stream? No, I will immediately get copyrighted, TJ. I did this last time and I got immediately slammed with copyrights. And everything had to get demonetized instantly. So this is their national. So this is their IC for sure. They have, this is the only tournament in Japan where they have all 4 games present. They have TCG, VGC, Go, and Unite all in one place. Candy, Max Belt, Enhanced Hammer, Poffin. So I have no idea what the deck is on the right. It could be anything. Deck on the left probably seems like it's Lost Box. Yep, coming from Chorus and Roxanne. When they do CLs, a lot of the time there's like very little production value. It's just like you show up, you play, and there's like a stream table in the back. So their Champions Leagues are just run like a normal regionals, very little production value, very little whatever. And then JCS is like their one big event of the year where everyone is there. Like I think I saw Sage and Park is there. A couple of celebrities are there from Japan. Like everyone is treating this like one of their biggest events because this is the tournament where like it will send people to Worlds. This is a tournament that determines who gets to go to the World Championships. So Charizard from Daichi on the right. Do you think Raging Bull price can go higher? Probably. I mean, obviously, if like NAIC is like the big one tournament for Raging Bolt, and if it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, it can flop, and then all of a sudden Raging Bolt just like disappears off the face of the earth. But if Raging Bolt does very well at NAIC, I think that's one of those decks that'll stick around in the format for a while, where like it'll be like a Miraidon or Roaring Moon kind of effect, or like for the next couple of decks, where like until the next Smork aggro deck comes up, you'll see it. Lost Box here, nothing special on the list so far. I see like Hands, Raikou as the attackers. No Moon. I think Moon is kind of being phased out of the list, especially with damage counters being a threat. So you kind of have to figure out how to win games without doing that. We're going to go ahead and Artisan for this guy. You can tell these guys have been playing for a long time. The more like solid color sleeves they have and stuff, you can just tell how long they've been playing stuff. Attach Treats. Go for a flower selecting here, switch cart, and another comfy. I think you just take the switch carts. Or sorry, you take the comfy, and you have a switch in hand so you can keep going with your flowers. Go again. Nest ball, comfy. I think you take comfy. I mean, Nest ball for Greninja could also be fine next turn, so I think you just take that. You're not in danger of a knockout coming through from Daichi. So Daichi now gets access to a top deck Arven. We're going to see an Artisan to start. Pidgey. There is a Jirachi in the deck, it looks like. So Jirachi does help this quite a bit. He doesn't know the Ninja's Prize. That's true, yeah. Oh, he should with Artisan. He checked Pokemon. He should know Ninja's Prize, yeah. So it's just classic Zard here. Nothing special. I think there's a Talon League HQ here. One more search, please. I want to see what's left in the deck. Yo, are 60 HP Pidgeys the alt arts? Yes, right? I could play the alt art Pidgeys finally. Arven here. Pretty insane, actually. We're checking Nest Ball. Is that a League HQ? Can someone confirm for me? Getting Rotom, nice and easy. Like, this is a pretty insane start, all things considered. Sealstone hitting the board. We're going to go ahead and Sealstone, use Sealstone. That's a collapse. I'm trolling. Look, this is an insane Zard start. Like this is a like Zard is chilling with a start like this. Like you are more than happy. You get to draw 3 cards, and Lost Box can't touch your hand either. So you get to now uh, jump up, get some cards. Was that League HQ or was that I don't think I see Candy. I see a barrel. I see a Zard in hand, but I see 2 fires. I don't see a Candy. I don't see another Arvin, so it's a little bit unfortunate. You want to keep the Lightning for sure, because I think Lightning, you already got like Lightning going into Bundle is a good grab here. Sealstone is nice, but you don't have a target for it, so I think maybe you have to get rid of. I mean, Poffin doesn't do anything for you here, so you just get rid of Poffin. Like Poffin doesn't do anything for you for the state of the game. The problem is there's just no switch card available, I think, in that hand to even attack with Cram here. Oh, you see it, Bean? Let me know. Why are they showing the promo art? That's the ugliest one for sure. Oh, there is a League HQ. Genius. Yeah, Bean, you want to jump and call? You can hang out with me. I think that's a tin art, I think. Let me call you, Bean, on Discord. Where is Justin Bean? I'm on streamer mode, so it like cuts everything short. Don't know why. Oh, I found you and then you disappeared. I don't know what's going on. Wait, let me call you. I have to send you a friend request first. Oh, I thought we were friends. What? Okay. Wait, let me message this. Okay, and then let me give Bean. Dude, I am so Discord bad. Bean. Okay. What up?
What up? Yeah, that's the Charizard art from the new League Battle deck.
Do we have a US battle deck or do we have tins coming out?
I don't know.
Okay. I know there's like a Charizard, but we already had the Charizard tin, I think, right?
Did we? Yeah, we've had a couple different boxes.
We've had like 4 or 5 Charizard arts out there already. We're gonna go ahead and get the barrel so we can't get stuck. I like this Artisan coming through as well for another Charmander. Like actually a pretty insane start from Zard. Just no Pidgeot, which is fine, I think. Raikou Sealstone had to be used already. If we get a boss off on the Raikou, that'd be kind of cheeky here. We don't need to do that though. I don't think our hand is like. We're just gonna Iono. Nice. 2 gates going to the bottom. I think I see a boss, Blood Moon or Saluna. We'll probably get that art somewhere. Mooncake. Obviously not yet. Oh. If we hit Candy somehow, this would be insane. We can Ultra Ball away Pidgeot and a Pidgey. Yeah. Just fail. And we get to see 2 more cards with Bibarel. So hitting a Candy here is super ideal. Max Belt as the ace spec is interesting because I don't see something like a Kieran or another way to boost damage in the deck. So I guess it's just to get to 320 when you're at your opponent has taken 3 prize cards. What are the two cards?
Right.
Ooh, come on. What are we looking at? Yep, just knockout. Nice and easy. There's a candy prize, which is fine. Prime Catcher. This is like a pretty insane grip of cards here, too. If there was a Pidgeot that hit the board, that Pidgeot would have died. Is the craziest part. We're going to see 5 cards. Oh! I mean, I think Psychic and Lightning. There's a lot of Lightnings in this list. Dude, hey, Mike, what's up, dude? Oh, max up because of Bolt Pawn? Yeah, that makes sense, too. Because you can take the first knockout on Bolt Pawn now. That matchup has to be fucking terrible. No, you can't take the first knockout.
No, it's 240. You're not.
Yeah, you're 10 short.
You're not that.
That matchup has to be terrible, I feel like.
Yeah.
I guess maybe you give up a prize on purpose and then Rotom and hope they don't Prime Catch or kill Rotom. Or like boss kill Rotom.
Because they're turbo aggro going second. It's like if they just take a 1 prizer, then you're chilling.
Ogerpon is 210, but if I guess like they open Ogerpon, you can just kill it, which is fine. Yeah, that's fine. But a lot of the time they're going to find a way to put Bolt into the active pretty quickly. Because they can, if they're not attacking, they're going to Raging Celestial Roar or whatever the attack is called.
Yeah.
Vacuum Jet, a super easy decision here. Lot of cards in that hand. We're at 10. So Sableye this turn to knock out Babe is pretty good because there's no Pidgeot. Or you can just knock out the Pidgey. I think probably take out Pidgey. Artisan, probably grabbing. Just checking. I don't think you grab a Comfy. I just wouldn't. You have Blood Moon to take out Rotom. This turn I probably would just kill Pidgey and then put... I don't know where I'd put the other 6.
Oh right, that is a 60 HP Pidgey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking 50.
If it was 50, the game swing is like crazy here. Yeah, I just gotta make sure your desktop audio is on. Okay, that is on. My friend is the one on the right. Daichi is he got 2nd place at Worlds in 2022. He's a Charizard player. Daichi was super nice. So fun story. I had never met Daichi before 2022 Worlds, and he DM'd me on Twitter somewhere during the season after we got back from COVID, and he basically was asking for like a random deck advice because he had a CL, and I always just respond. I usually will respond to DMs unless they're weird or creepy. And Daichi at Worlds, Daichi and Ryota, they brought me a booster box from Japan as a gift, and they gave it to me at Worlds, which was really cool. And then Daichi went on to get 2nd, and Ryota went on to get 3rd, so I thought that was really, really cool. And then Daichi, or Yoshi took me out to, ramen when I came to Japan for Worlds. Like on one of the earlier days, he came from work and took us me and Reagan out to ramen. He did beat Isaiah on the win in, so that was a little bit rough. I think Daichi would have been in cut no matter what, but obviously like, no, I think he needed the win too. I think Daichi needed a tie and Isaiah needed the win.
That sounds right. I think I remember.
Thank you for the follow, CJ Freddy. Appreciate it.
It's also like you take every opportunity you can to beat the good players.
Yeah,
like...
there's League HQ is really cheeky here.
League HQ is so funny.
Because of that, I think the Lost Box player has gotten rid of vacuums too. So this is like a really like, I don't know. This is like very much a Lost Box tech here. We take the 2 prize cards. We keep the Sableye available, which is fine because Bibarel's probably gonna go down. Artisan is prize, so I think 1 Artisan gone, 1 vacuum gone. There's Prime Catcher.
He's got to have multiple vacuum in there somewhere.
So there's probably a 2nd vacuum. I mean, what you could do here is Prime Catcher up like Rotom and Sableye the board. Look for a Roxanne, I think probably is what you want to do here. Like I would,
I like Daichi's extra attachments to avoid like Bustall off of the bundle. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, you got to keep Blood Moon. Too important to lose here. You definitely, I think, want to look for Roxanne. You have 1 more. I don't know if I would use the Jet Energy here. I think that's greedy. I think you just retreat. You have Prime Catcher. I mean, you have Gates, I guess, too. Rod. Poffin. Rod's an easy choice here. Daichi's a really good player. I think Daichi is like one of the best Japanese players. of the modern era. Obviously, I think Takuya Yoneda is like one of the best of all time, and Yoneda did qualify for this year's Worlds, and so did his brother and sister. His little brother and little sister are actually the ones who got first and top 4 at the expanded Champions League with Vileplume and Bottle Babe. So the Yoneda family clan is coming into Worlds. So this is the first Zard we've seen all tournament in the capacity that it is actually Zard. And it's interesting because Daichi might have shifted to this day 2 because there's like probably no way he played it day 1 expecting a lot of Dragapult, but maybe he thought players in day 2 wouldn't play Dragapult because maybe Dragapult doesn't finish 3 games or Dragapult isn't a 2-0 deck. So maybe he played Zard specifically in day 2 to play against like the Iron Hands and like the Miraidons and like the Raging Bolts and stuff that are more aggressive. Yeah, you're not using Hands or Nestball anymore. This is like... Yeah, I think that might be a thing. Are you gonna make a guide after rotation for what, TJ?
Yeah, being rewarded for playing 3 games is really interesting. It's like
for the meta. Okay, so I mean rotation was actually 2 months ago, and I did do some stuff with it. So the meta hasn't really changed too much. I'm probably not going to put out too much more content before NAIC because
the water and
you need extra energy for Sable.
Oh, League HU.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I'll probably end up just you probably put the damage on active because you can Blood Moon it. Never mind. I don't know where 320 comes in as a number, but maybe I'm tripping. Nice. There's the Iono. That's like huge from Daichi. Like the Roxanne goes to the bottom. I think a Gate goes to the bottom. A lot of really important cards go. So after Worlds, I'll probably talk about this. Like, so whenever the new so my idea with content is I'm not gonna make any more content. I think before. I just put back 2 Ionos here. I think. I'm not going to do any more videos before NAIC probably, or maybe a tier list video if anything, but I basically leave on Wednesday morning, so I don't have a ton of time between now and then. So it's probably just going to be this tournament spliced up if we go through all the way through finals. And then when I get back from NAIC, we'll do a ton of content over the summer, especially when the new season gets announced and the new regionals get announced. I'll like help people figure out like a plan to attend those tournaments or like figure out stuff in that regard, because it's people always overreact on Twitter. And if you could look back to my video at the beginning of the season, I actually like pretty much called it on the nail exactly how like the season would go. And like no one believed me. So just wanted to point that out. Also here you can probably look for Blood Moon or Saluna. Gate to Blood Moon or Saluna, take 2 prizes on the... Actually, no, you can't Blood Moon. Your opponent only has 2 prizes. You have to counter catch a kill Charmeleon this turn, I'm pretty sure. Or bundle.
Is that 50 on the mana fee?
Yeah, 50 on the mana fee.
Could you do 2 with the Sableye? Is that math?
2 and then 10 to Rotom? Yeah,
yeah,
you can get there. Oh, what happened? I was refresh. Thanks, Hendy. Appreciate you, big dog.
Oh, I'll do that.
Hope you for Finland. Yep. If you're going to Worlds, the Spectator can play in the cup. I don't know what cup you're talking about. But the World Championships will have side events, probably. And maybe other activities. Like, I don't think... They have not announced a Hawaii Open. I would be shocked if they had a Hawaii... If they were going to announce it this late in the game. I think we, like, mismanaged that a little bit. I feel like we should have rotted after we comfeed.
Yeah.
But I think we had to shuffle our deck because, like, Colors just went to the bottom of the deck, right? So maybe that's why we had to do it this way. Nestball Psychic, that's so bad. You can only take one of the... Like, you need both, unfortunately, I think. Yeah, this is where the Lost Box problem comes in, where I think, like, Lost Box is just, like, not that good of a deck anymore just because it's, like, it falls to tier 2 because you need so many pieces and so many matchups. Okay, this League HQ is, like, something we didn't expect, but, you know.
The League HQ is killing it. The Lost Book goes so fast right now. I was playing with the Aussies for LA, watching them practicing with them, and that Rangu list can hit 7 like a drop of a hat.
Sure. Um, yeah, I don't know what cup you're talking about, Henwick, but I don't think they're gonna have a Y open if that's what you're implying. I mean, we're gonna countercatcher up probably Charmeleon, right? And then, or maybe just Rotom and like just say you don't have it over 2 turns. Um, but there will be side events. I don't really know how to sign up for side events at Worlds because I've never played in side events at Worlds. So that's kind of like they'll have that on the World Championship page itself that you have to kind of like read and figure out, I guess. Like I'll make a video on like all things Worlds when we get our packets for competitors. So just kind of keep an eye out for that, I guess. But I do think that, like, there's not going to be a Hawaii Open this year. I just genuinely don't believe that's going to happen. There's another Iono. But we're going to Arvin instead.
Interesting.
I mean, I guess Iono to 2 isn't great. World side events will also be like... Okay, I'll throw away 2 candies, lol. World side events will also be like really, really popular. So you have to be ready to like potentially not be able to play in them because like in Japan last year, also that being it was Japan last year, so it was a big difference. But Japan, like basically the side events sold out like almost instantly, and I think they were like backlogged all day. So like people who showed up like maybe by like round 2 of the tournament to try to sign up for side events didn't get a chance to play at all. The Artisan still being prized is kind of crazy. I mean like Daichi knows that like a Rod, a Blood Moon or a Sluna, you probably grab Blood Moon here because
okay.
I don't know. Blood Moon seems like a great way if you have countercatcher to just attack here, but you still need 2 energies actually because of League HQ because you go to 6 -4. Oh no, 5 -5. So you need 1 energy. I think you keep the energy actually because the Cram can attack, so you're just looking for boss's orders at this point. You're like literally just looking for the boss's orders. Nestball, Artisan, we can bump the stadium, but that doesn't do anything here. We can retreat here, and I think we have to try again. Maybe we Nestball something out. Potentially. Thin a card. Just check our deck. Oh, the Prime Catcher was that they would have hit Prime Catcher on.
Oh, that's tragic.
There's 2 outs. There's Prime Catcher and there's Boss. So there's 2 outs in this pretty big deck. I think looking pretty unlikely for. I mean, we're only seeing 2 cards out of like 8. Maybe that's 8 or 9 cards. So it's
not impossible.
It's not impossible. It's honestly fine. Rod, Roxanne for the whole deck, basically Prime Catcher. Basically, I think that seals the game. I think it's a guarantee.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's got it.
And then Roxanne. I think it has to be. Oh, yeah, he knows he has it. Yep.
Yeah.
6, and there's a Prime Catcher on the Rotom, and that's the game. Daichi just didn't get Pidgeot out, so like that game was really hard for him.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think the Ionos were well timed, but the Lost Box player was able to navigate that pretty well. So game 2, I mean, obviously, I think like in a matchup like this, now if you're Daichi, like you pretty much have to play for a 1-1, which is not good.
How much time is off the clock?
28 minutes. So they'll probably start the round with 25, 50, or like 26 maybe.
Yeah. I think the 60 HP Pidgeys are going in the deck now.
Yeah, 60 HP Pidgeys I think should be a pretty good staple. What's the best of 3 like again? I believe it's a win. A 2-0 win is 5 match points. A 2-1 win is 4 match points for one player, 1 match point for the other player. And then a 1-0 win is 3 match points for one player, 0 match points for the other player. The game cannot end in a 1-1 like loss, it looks like, or a tie. It looks like from an earlier stream game, they were 1-1. They finished turns, and whoever was ahead on prizes won the third game.
Was that a gallon of apple juice?
Yes. I actually
Hell
think
yeah.
that was a gallon of apple juice. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I'm gonna
Sure.
watch Daichi's vlog after this. 2 waters prized and a lightning could be significant. Bib being prized on one side is also significant.
Ooh, 3 water. 3 energies. Tough. The Rotom start is not great.
You don't mind that. I mean, just only having a Rotom is unfortunate. I think Daichi is definitely not in the most ideal situation, especially if this Rotom gets hit into. 2 waters being prized is fine, though, because let's see how many waters this player actually plays. I'm looking. Because now you're kind of out of the Greninja threat, which is like pretty funny. That does mean Control is dead for this format.
There's 12 good decks. Control is so dead.
Unfortunately, I mean, Control could be good for any IC format, of course, but Control for this particular Japanese match point format does not work. However, they were allowed to switch decks from day 1 to day 2, so there could have been a player who made it to day 2 on a BO1 with like stall, like Block Lax or something, and then they switched off of Block Lax. I think yesterday on stream there was a Great Tusk Mill, and so the Great Tusk Mill player, if they made it to day 2, they probably don't keep Great Tusk Mill. They probably play something else. A lot of the time, once the Japanese players make it to day 2, some of the better ones try to metagame. Like at the last Champions League in Sapporo, or not Sapporo, there was like a Champions League back in April. It was at UIC, or like what we've been playing for the last little bit. And they like hard pivoted in day 2 to like the Arc Vulpix decks and stuff. Like Shintaro, Daichi, like a lot of the players like switched from like Lost Box day 1 to like Arc Vulpix in day 2. And like Daichi did the same thing at Worlds, where like day 1 he played Mew, and then day 2 he switched to Lugia. So like they're a lot more comfortable with switching decks in like a format like that. Which I don't think I think this year we will not have switching between day 1 and day 2 for Worlds. I think this year will be just a regionals at Worlds. Like it'll just be a same format, like 6-2-1 makes day 2 kind of thing. Japan's always been like that. We had that in our regionals until 2016-17 season, I think I want to say. And in America, we also used to shift between standard and expanded from day 1 to day 2. So you would go home after your tournament, and you would have to basically come back the next day with a deck in a completely different format.
How do you weight this? You keep the... You're getting Iona spammed, so he keeps the Rad Ninja.
I mean, I think Ninja is like the
Colress.
one to keep, because I think he's going to look for the turn 2 Ninja over the Colress. So I assume he plays 4 waters then, if that's the case.
Yeah, I didn't count his waters. He
I didn't count his waters either. He bumped his gates and rods up. He didn't bump his energies. Sealstone, we're going to go ahead and use it. Daichi playing fast. He understands the constructs of the time situation here.
Yeah, I like that they're both playing fast, because it helps them both.
I would assume both these players are experienced veteran players. Okay, expanded sucks as a format. I just like would not like to go back to that. Okay, I think expanded might be fine. They just have to like somehow figure out a way to stop all the decks that win on turn 1. Three lightning is interesting too. Kind of got punished here. I mean, not yet, I guess. Oh, I mean, I think we just got to get rid of the psychic here. Like Prime Catch is kind of teed to keep. Or you can just Prime Catcher the Pidgey this turn, or just take out the mana fee. I don't know, man. I think keeping Prime. Oh, we're showing the hands. It might be tea. It might be green tea actually in the bottle. I don't think it's apple juice.
Ooh, true.
Because Japan's big on tea. Your brother, I need you to make a decision. It's been a minute.
He does have 2 more waters in deck.
Okay. Why are we drinking from the piss bottle? Hey, man. Happens.
I wasn't going to say it.
No, Japan's huge on green tea. Like green tea is like a very big thing there. I don't know. You can chase down the Manaphy and just force him to have Rod. But Pidgey's like the most obvious choice here. Daichi's like, God damn it, bro. Not my Pidgey. Yeah, I drink Coke Zeros and Celsius. Max Belt in this hand is not doing... Oh my god, there are so many cards. I think Daichi's using Katanas. Which is crazy to me because, like, Katanas get really sticky. And it's gotta be, like, disgusting in Japan. Oh no, okay. Japan only gets really warm for, like, a little bit of the year. So...
I don't think I've ever seen that shade of light blue in katanas.
I have those. I use those.
Oh, yeah?
It's like a teal.
Oh, okay. Oh, I use the turquoise. That's like light blue.
Yeah. I mean, I'm once my katanas are out, I'm done using them too, because like,
Yeah.
they don't do a great job of like stopping
They're too
warped
short?
cards, so I can kind of
too-
tell when like I'm gonna draw a warped card, and I'm just like, I can't do that. That seems real illegal. And I like only play with hollows and bling, so it's not good. I actually have never had a prime. Mr. Will Jenkins has tried to have me have prime, but
The, like Gatorade version of Prime is like not bad. It just tastes like Gatorade.
yogurt drinks. That's
Yeah.
fire.
More like Powerade. Like it's sweeter.
Doesn't it have a ton of sugar?
Probably.
What do I usually use? I use I just like Dragon Shields. I stopped using Dragon Shields for a little bit when they were having their like product manufacturing issues. I think they're back to normal now though, so I'm gonna go back to using Dragon Shields. Um, I don't see a reason not to use Dragon Shields for me. I like pink Dragon Shields quite a bit, but I think I'm gonna start using the non-glare blacks. Um, Speaking of which, if I Amazon Prime them, maybe I get them in time for this weekend. I actually did not order sleeves. I was just gonna go to my
Are they
card
actually
store.
making? Are they actually making those again? I saw some of the Dragon Shield sponsored guys have had those.
They
I don't
sent
know
out
if
a
they're
bunch
digging
for
them up.
people.
Yeah.
Dragon Shield never reached back out to me after I lost my sponsorship with them, so it's a little bit funny. But they reached back out to everyone else who got canceled, like Gabe and Isaiah and everyone too. Just never back to me,
Tragic.
which is kind of sad.
Ooh, the Eerie. Whoa, why'd we go for the sweet countercatcher vacuum over 2 rods?
I think we're just trying to like. I mean, getting rid of Counter Catcher makes sense to me because we just don't want
Definitely.
to get gusted and stuck here, and I think we just want vacuum so they can get to 10 fast. I think we're just force them to like. I don't know. Vacuum doesn't make a ton of sense to me actually, but at least one rod makes sense or Palpad makes sense here. DC doesn't have quality control issues anymore. They have less. If you find quality control issues, a lot of them are the old packs because they've been putting a lot more effort into it since they've been getting like slammed for it for the last year.
Yep.
Lime, interesting. Pink is my go-to, and then I don't particularly like. I think dual specs shuffle really nicely, but they're really thin, so you can see through them.
Yep.
And so that's my biggest concern with them. Like, I don't want to get like pulled over at a regionals and get told like, "Yo, man, like you can see like your more damaged rare candies or something." Yeah, I remember. I think when we played Columbus, Hendy, I think I opened a new pack and I was like, I can't use this pack of Dragon Shields.
Yeah, I've had at least one of those, or a couple where like the seal on the bottom is like doesn't go up very far at all.
Yeah.
Just-
I mean, I guess I can just go. Like, I want non-glare. Dragon Shield. Non-glare black. Nope, not Grace. Glare black. AI needs to stop trying to figure out what I'm trying to say.
Non-glare matte. Yeah, they're on Amazon.
Wait, where? Can you link me? I'm stupid.
Non-glare matte. I just literally searched that, bro.
Okay, dude, listen. You had to replace decks round 2. That's crazy.
Unless I found the wrong.
Fair. I found the pick from TC Evolutions, and the card back was, yep, exactly. DS is fine. I think DS is fine. Yu-Gi-Oh is interesting because like DS shields are pretty big. So like, how do you manage that with? Why don't you just send me this on Discord?
I don't. It's not on my phone. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll open Facebook on my computer. They're playing actually very, very fast for the time. Like they're playing, like the Lost Box player has no reason to be playing this fast. Like Daichi is just playing really, really fast because the time is obviously against him, and the Lost Box player is matching his tempo. Prime 2-day actually.
Yeah. Right, because he gets 2 extra match points if he 2-0s him. Like,
yes.
He's incentivized to play fast too.
Damn, another Airy. Pop at Airy, there goes the 2 rods. Now the resources are getting gutted.
Yeah.
League HQ coming through.
Did Daichi Palpat it, or is that just a second raw?
Pop at Airy, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There's no way you play 2 raw Airy.
Now the game is in a position where... Oh, Core's coming through. Oh, I got a follow. Yo, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Is Isaiah not on his plane? The gang who's at Isaiah's house boot camping is really funny because Isaiah is still not at his own house. So everyone is at Isaiah's house besides Isaiah.
That's pretty great. Is he still at school or is he off?
He took his last final today, so he's traveling home right now. But because he's in Dartmouth, the nearest like airport to him is Boston, which is like a 3-hour bus ride.
Oof.
And then you take a 3-hour bus ride to then take a plane down to Lynchburg, Virginia, which I assume there's no direct flights to Lynchburg, Virginia.
Probably.
So he probably has to fly to like Charlotte or Roanoke. I didn't go because even though a boot camp would be really, really good for me, I have not had time at home for the last 2 months, and I have felt a little bit burnt out. So I was like, I'm just gonna stay at home for the weekend.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Then I played 10 hours of Pokemon at my locals today.
BO3.
BO3. Playing that Reggie Drago V-Star sauce. It's so close to being playable. I swear.
Stabilize back. That's basically like all the rods used though. So like this, there's 1 rod left, but like basically there's like the last stabilize access. Like the Lost Box player actually just loses this, but yeah, like I don't think the Lost Box player really has a win con here, because he just doesn't have resources left to actually do anything. Lynchburg is like 4 hours south of DC. Like Lynchburg is.
Yes, this is the middle of the state. I'm looking at a map.
Lynchburg is is closer to North Carolina than it is to DC, by a long shot. Like I've driven to Isaiah's house, and I'm by DC, and it takes me like 4 hours. Who mentioned me? Everyone who's not at Isaiah is in our testing. Not everyone, but like everyone besides Alex Hill is in the testing call right now. Alex has been testing by himself, but he hasn't been in call a single night, which is weird. Chorus, we're basically seeing
So,
everything that's left in the deck. Like, we don't have that many resources left as Lost Box, so like Lost Box has to basically like milk this stone dry, like with whatever's left. And there's not a ton. Blood Moon can hit for 240, but I think this is like effectively over, unfortunately. Like, if Daichi just doesn't bench anything else, like I don't see a great way for. I mean, we're gonna Blood Moon this turn. I
well, you
think
got 4 on the Pidgeot.
yeah, we can Blood
You're
Moon.
behind. Yeah, you can Blood Moon the Pidgeot. And then what? You just got a big ass Charizard staring you down.
Yeah, you just lose. Like you can't. I guess you can't Blood Moon this turn. Like I guess maybe you have to Blood Moon over 2 turns.
If you go down, the Zard just KOs you right back.
Yeah. So I think you have to go just cram and then Blood Moon next turn, and then hope that there's no Radzard. Like Radzard can't KO, so maybe that's the play. And just smack for 110. Alex was one of my first friends when I came into Pokemon. So I've known him since like, well, not first friends. He was one of the friends I made, when I was playing Modern Era a lot more. Do test on Discord at PTCGL. We'll be sitting on Discord when we're talking, but we're playing on PTCG Live. Like we don't webcam. I think webcamming is like stupid because it's really hard to shift cards around and like make decisions with lists, and like building IRL decks all the time is just like really annoying. Like I built my IRL decks for NAIC today. Like today was the first time I built cards.
Yeah, the Limbless Tabletop is what everyone.
Tabletop, live, whatever. Like just use
Plays,
something, some
yeah.
apparatus. Like, and in-person testing is not bad either. Like a lot of people are like good at in-person testing. Like that's why some people are like down at Isaiah's house, for example, this weekend.
Yeah, anything you can play on and like take back bad plays or like change up lines slightly after you two talk it out, or whoever's watching your game.
I mean, sometimes there'll only be like one group of people playing games, because like it can get kind of chaotic.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. I mean, they both played like lightning fast in that game too, which is crazy.
Yeah.
There'll be some times where it's just be like Isaiah will play against someone and like we'll all be watching and like talk about it, or like someone will be playing a ladder, and like one person will actually be doing matchup practice. Like it can get kind of chaotic at times.
Yeah, I've played webcam with some of my friends who just would rather play with cardboard. It's probably a little bit less efficient, but it gets the job done.
Cardboard's fine if you have like enough people that will like. So for example, like let's say at Isaiah's house this weekend, there's four of the gang. It's Isaiah, Reagan, John, Will Jenkins, and between the 4 of them, I trust that they took a healthy amount of decks with them to test, and so like for someone like that group, like Will is very like open to building decks. John built a bunch of decks last weekend. Like he didn't go to LA. So these guys have already built a lot of paper decks and they're willing to just sit down and jam games versus, I mean, we've all, like, our group has played a lot of Pokemon across, like, the players that are in our group. So it has been, like, no shocker to anyone that, like, we know how to play a BO3. Obviously, we're rusty at times with certain decks, but, like, yeah. Okay, they're playing lightning fast. Jesus Louises.
Prizes look fine.
Prime Catcher opening hand is pretty good.
Daichi's, yeah.
What's the hand look like? There's a Poffin, there's a Rotom, and there's an Iono, I think. So we're probably going to slam those. Can't really do much besides that.
Arian Daichi's first 2 prizes is pretty hot place for it to be.
Yep, absolutely. You'll just get BO3 practice by playing a lot of Pokemon. Like, that's the one thing I tell people all the time. Like, you'll just get practice playing. Like, the more Pokemon you play, the better you'll get.
Dude, choose faster, dog. You know what's in your hand.
I'm going to assume it's 15 rounds total. Oh, if you guys haven't bought cards on TCG Player yet for the new set or whatever, I'm going to drop my affiliate link in here. You guys can just click on that when you're buying cards. What I like to do, and I've told people to do, is like bookmark this. So if you want to bookmark it, and when you buy cards, it helps out the channel. 10 rounds day one, yeah. Is John awake? 27 minutes ago, motherfucker.
Last box start was not super hot.
But they have Prime Catcher in hand, so like if
They have from catcher, yeah. They got 1, 2, 3, 4. So they can Prime Catcher, Graham, whatever they feel like next turn.
I'll do 4 packs of sleeves. If anyone is speaking right now, I can't read because I'm ordering sleeves. Now, why am I ordering sleeves so late, you may ask? Don't ask. That's it. Thank you so much.
I have fresh packs in like 3 different colors of 3 different brands.
I ordered a bunch of packs at the start of the season.
Yeah.
And I have not. I'm out. I'm out of sleeves.
I got to standardize on something. Like
when you lose games at cups or challenges or even tournaments, you should analyze what went wrong. Because like, feeling demoralized is fine and being frustrated is fine, but you got to figure out like what fucked up, like what went wrong in your games.
Yeah.
And if you can't analyze and learn from those, you're not gonna get better as a player. Just Prime Catch the Trimander, man. It's not that deep. Prime Catch Trimander gives you an extra turn to do stuff. Never mind, we're killing the Pidgey. What the heck? Maybe he's like, I don't know, this is weird. I don't like this. Like, a single Charizard is still really good here.
Yep. Yeah, he's not playing a Rotom Pidgey deck. This is a Charizard deck. Like, Skillamander.
There's like 30 people using this Amazon Prime account, so I just love looking through the random stuff. Like, my grandpa ordered a honey on Amazon. And my sister ordered Crocs on Amazon. What a weird thing.
Where else are you gonna buy them? Well, you probably have like a Croc pop-up in DC.
DC actually doesn't get a lot of pop-ups, which is kind of sad. That sick was the Amazon login. Oh shit. Let me give you my social security number while I'm here.
That's got to be a fun game to like avoid sending your dual mats to your grandpa's house.
I would randomly accidentally order shit to sometimes to like my aunt's house, and she'd just be like, "Hey, why'd you order like this random fucking like pair of shorts or something?" And I'm like, "Oh, cool. They went to the wrong place." I mean, this one looks like it's gonna end in, I think, whoever's up on prize cards, and I think the red marker is on Daichi's side. So Daichi will get the last turn. So this turn, if the Lost Box player doesn't take a knockout, so I think Daichi doesn't. I think Daichi said something.
On prizes, or is it?
It's prizes. It's prizes because earlier there was a Raging Bolt. This is like we're still in round 14, and
that was counted as they don't count it as unfinished.
Nope, they gave him the Raging Bolt player was given the win. Or there was a Raging Bolt mirror, and they were in game 3 as time was called, and so they gave them both one turn, and the Raging Bolt player, I mean, I guess Daichi doesn't win immediately on the spot here because we have access to. We're gonna go Sableye. Yeah.
Oh, he's at 10.
Yeah, he's at 10. He's gonna Sableye to match tempo.
Yep.
But I think the thing on both players' minds is that prize cards have to be taken here.
Yeah.
We're gonna put 12 on the active. If Daichi can somehow take a 2-minute turn here, he just wins the game.
It sure does. It's turbo toward time.
So this is a Blood Moon Ursaluna angle, I think. This is like there's a clear sign saying like we're gonna look for Blood Moon Ursaluna here next turn. But there's so many cards in the opponent's hand that I think we very much just Sealstone for like this is a turn where I'd Airy if like the option was available to me.
Yeah.
But the option is obviously not available to me, so I think I would go ahead and search out Charmander, and go ahead and just slam an Iona probably here.
I wonder what pace you have to go for the judges to step in, because he's still moving quickly. It's not doing much, but he's playing in. He's playing along. Okay, yeah, now he's just playing cards.
Daichi played Guardy day 1 apparently.
Okay.
Stats chat just informed me. Damn, Jonathan English paid me for those sleeves ASAP, man. He was like, pick me up 2 packs.
What did Heggy play day 1? Did he play Guardy?
He played Lost Box. He played Lost Box Freddy Fazbear.
Oh, right. Okay.
With the illegal energies, which is really funny.
That is tragic.
For those of you guys watching, apparently E-Reader energies are thicker than other energies in Japan.
Yes.
So Heggy played non-hollow E-Reader energies in Japanese and got a round 1 loss for it.
They're thicker here too. All of those
They're
WotC
really
cards
thick.
are thick as hell. The 2002 WotC promo hollows are like 3 times the thickness of other cards. Like, we probably should ban some of those.
Wait, actually?
Like they're thick as hell, man. I don't know if you've ever shuffled them up before, but I bought some.
I gotta check. I use WotC Super Rod, so this is a little bit suspicious on my
No, the
end.
super rods are okay, but the hollow energies.
Oh, I don't use WotC Hollow energies. Yeah.
Yeah, those are actually thick as hell.
Hey, my reset stamp hasn't come in, so I have a survival brace in my deck.
The super rods are a little thick.
I think time got called as Daichi attacks, so the game ends. There it is. Daichi wins, I think. I mean, the other guy looks like
That's crazy.
distraught. Is that Yoshi in the front row?
It should be. I don't know them well enough.
Because if it actually gets passed over, I think Daichi loses because Blood Moon Ursula negate attack, and then there has to be a response. And if there's no response, then the game ends. And I don't know how Daichi actually responds to Blood Moon Ursula negate, you know?
Not without a second Zard, yeah.
He would need to produce second Zard, but there's no Pidgeot.
There's no Charmander, yeah. Did he put one down? Whatever. Yeah, that was top tier gameplay from.
They played really fast.
Probably both of them.
They played like really.
They did. That was like a 10-minute game. They only had like.
I think Daichi for sure won. He was getting hugs.
Yeah.
Is that Haru?
Is this finals? Handy finals will be at about 4 a.m.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking doomed. Wait, no, we're in round. That was round 14. Look at Daichi going.
Hell yeah. I love if he gets to pop off a little.
Yeah, good pop off. I genuinely don't think Daichi has his invite, so he has to actually get top 32 at this event to earn his invite. So for a lot of these players, it's really, really important for them because, like, yes, they're playing for top. I think it's top 8 is the cut. But if even if you don't top 8, you want to get top. You want to get a top 32 at least to qualify for Worlds. And so Japan, a really cool thing they do that I learned about this, I learned this way. I think is one of the Japanese players told me at Worlds is that Japan actually views the World Championships for Pokemon as like something similar to an Olympic level sport, or like a very important thing. So the Japanese players, the Japanese government covers all of their travel and accommodation to tournaments. I believe maybe food as well. I'm not entirely sure on that front, but like Japanese players, basically, like if you qualify, you will get, you will basically get like a travel, not even a travel award. Like I think all your accom is covered. So that's why the Japanese players usually stay at like really expensive hotels. If you've ever noticed like where they stay. And then in terms of like, I believe top 8 is cut, and top 8 also is the one who gets the bye today. I want to build the expanded Vileplume deck so I can solitaire it at my deck, or my desk.
You probably could. Would be another good solitaire one? Man, I love that Serena V deck. That's my baby.
Which one? The like
Serena V,
the Mega Ray.
Mega Guardy. Yeah.
Yeah. My Dragapults haven't come in yet, and my Ace Specs have not come in yet, so that would be really unfortunate if I choose to play Dragapult.
It depends what A-spec you're missing.
All of them.
Ah.
Survival Brace and Survival Brace and Legacy are the only 2 that have come in.
Ah.
So you know, we're doing great.
Unfair. Yeah.
I might need the extra unfair. Hold that for me.
I do have all that. Most of the commons, uncommons, sorted out still.
Okay, Bradner might need them. He didn't buy any cards yet.
Yeah. If you want to play the festival lead deck,
I will be playing that for I'll be playing that for later this season.
I need a good list. I yoinked something off Limitless and it was unplayable. We don't have the Firefighter Pikachu in English.
Oh, what that means.
You send me this card in Discord.
Okay.
From the Vileplume deck.
How many games per deck do you play? Depends on the deck and depends on how much I want to play. Like if I don't like, oh yeah, this is a cool. Yeah. I need to get that for the Dragapults. Oh, no, the Dragapult.
There's no English card that specifically does the.
Maybe I just order that card in Japanese.
Discard a fighting. Yeah. Good luck.
I just play a lot of Pokemon a lot of the time, just because like you don't really know how many games you need per deck as you're playing. It's just kind of like you'll learn how experienced you are with a deck, or like how much more work you need to put in with a deck the more you play. Like if you feel really comfortable with the deck and all the lines, there's probably still more you can learn. Like the best players in the game, Tord, Azul, Isaiah, like Alessandro, a lot of these guys play a fuck ton of Pokemon. So if you think you're working hard, there's somebody out there working harder than you. That's like the only thing I've learned while playing Pokemon.
Same. Hi, I'm Bean, by the way. I started playing over the pandemic.
Yeah, Bean's a good friend of mine. He's just vibing.
These guys. Yeah. So I'm playing with these jokers who've been playing, a decade plus. Ooh, there's the Tropicos set.
719.
719.
So they'll be getting a new set for their first CL,
so
which their first CL is like pretty shortly after Worlds actually. Yo, what does this card do?
Yo.
Tropicos, colorless type.
Stellar Turtle.
What is happening here? Justin, translation? Not you.
You don't mean me. I don't speak Japanese.
I'm going to put the screenshot in Paramount Rats, and you got a phone that can translate this?
Yeah, if I pull it up on my phone.
My phone's currently being used. It's got a charge. What's the leak from before? I actually never saw it.
The leak. Oh, the stellar types?
Stellar types are just the same as Terra types, right? Like no bench damage.
Yeah.
That's boring. That's so boring.
I think so, but there's a bunch of these Stellar EX cards that all have like insane second attacks for like these. There's like 3 different energy, so it's kind of an assumption that there's gonna be some way to like make that free or like power that
Like
up
a gate or like
one.
a spec specifically for them. There might be an A
Yeah.
spec for Terra types or like
Right.
an item or something for Terra types.
To like count for like 3 different energy types. Because like, what are you gonna do with grass, water, lightning without Silver Tempest Lugia coming back? We are not doing that again. Alright, we're lens translating. The first one's just Riotous Beating for 30x. Sight attacks 180. This Pokemon does not take damage from basics.
What are you talking about? What does this card do? What does this stadium do?
Oh god, new card. I was reading the Tropico still.
Prevent damage from non-colorless is what Hendy says for the second attack. That's pretty insane. Non-colorless Pokemon.
Interesting.
New stadium. New Noctowl. Why are we just randomly getting card leaks in the middle of this? This is crazy. I mean, they always do this, but...
About time. New set drops.
Wait, I think that was
Friday.
winning at a top cut. I think Daichi's game was winning at a top cut.
Alright, we're translating the stadium. This did not translate to English. Whoa, the text said there are now 8 Pokemon that can be placed on the bench. Did we just get Skyfield?
Skyfield?
Skyfield, but you have to have a Terrastal on your bench?
Interesting.
I think.
Which makes sense with Trapagos.
Right, with the 30x Riotous Beating. That's using context clues and Google Translate, so...
I can wait for
No,
Twine to do the
very-
translations and we can...
Yeah. There's a couple of guys I follow that translate. We'll see if any of them are up.
I think Daichi is guaranteed top cut, and I think top cut is top 32. Cash tweeted it. Let me ask Cash, actually. At Cash. How do we know it's top cut now? I'm going to be honest. I don't even know.
Fan Rotom!
Fan Rotom!
What do you do, little buddy?
Fan Rotom!
Why does that ability say something about 100 HP?
Fan Rotom!
All the homies love Fan Rotom. Alright, let's see if we can guess what you do, little buddy. The text on screen says, get all the Pokemon in your hand at once. Oh boy.
Ooh.
If you had already done this fan call to show Pokemon in the street, to see them, to care about them, and to look at them in the mountains.
What?
That did not translate.
What does that mean? Hendy, I think Hendy, the stadium is Skyfield for a Terra. But you have to have a Terra to Skyfield.
I think.
Dude, okay. The craziest part about the DoorDash guy from earlier, by the way, is that my whole order was $8. And he was bitching about, oh, what is this?
Oh, ooh, that's gotta be the A-spec we were
Yapping about, yeah.
yapping about. I'll go find that leak from earlier. It was just kind of on Twitter for
Which one?
some ripper. The one with all the Terra EXs, the Stellar EXs that just appeared out of
Translate text
nowhere
from
on
a
Twitter.
photo. Can I do that with Google?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
What is this? Let me do this. Google Translate. Reduce
Text.
one piece. What does that mean? If you're a Terra
If you
Pokemon,
use-
reduce one piece. Maybe like you need one less energy to attack.
Yeah. Any type of energy can be removed.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Who's this guy? This is just cannot be a. I just do not remember this as a character. I didn't play the DLC.
He is a Elite Four in the Blueberry Academy.
You told me that the blueberries have an Elite Four.
They sure do. It's like the actual Elite Four of the game. I'm in the middle of beating it. I gotta finish someday.
If a player has a Terra Pokemon, that the number of Pokemon they can put on their bench is 8. When this card is trashed, when there are no Terra Pokemon on your field, trash until there are 5 Pokemon on your bench. If you trash each other, the owner of the card receive a gift. What?
Right, so you have to have a Terra on your Pokemon, or the stadium turns off.
Dankler just tweeted Reggie's, a picture of Reggie's with the stadium.
So
Fan Rotom is turn 1 search for 300 HP or less colors, and you can use 1. Oh.
All right, the support is the rest of the deck. You can play up to 2 energy cards of different types from your deck. Defeat your opponent, put one of them in your hand, attach the remaining to your Pokemon.
If a Pokemon was knocked out last turn.
Yeah, that makes sense. New Raihan, but like stupid good. Like that. The text on the screen says transfer energy to your hand and Pokemon. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there.
When all the transitions are up on Pokebeach,
Yeah,
we can do a search for 2
I'm
different
so
energies.
excited.
Attach 1,
Yeah.
put 1 into hand. That's actually really interesting. If KO'd, yeah. So it's like, okay, Terra's gonna be really cool. Actually, I think Terra will be an interesting mechanic for the game. We don't get Terra for Worlds, so it'll be for
Right. I want to know what the world's reveal is gonna be, because it won't be stellar.
There's no way they'll do ZA, like unless they start leaking details from ZA.
No. But there'll be some mechanic that like starts in November or January, right?
No. Whatever they leak will be a mechanic that is in the following year.
Yeah. So I sent you the links in the leaks in Discord,
Galvantula, Terrapagoose.
which we just saw the Terrapagos on screen. So like those are probably all 4 legit.
Oh, these are just in English. What
yes.
the fuck?
I don't know, man. Someone was naughty.
How did they get these?
Someone was naughty.
Okay, so given the context, stage 2. I mean, I can show these on stream while the stream is. I'll wait for a dead period before we talk. I guess. New energies also looks like. Oh wait, I don't wanna like. I don't wanna.
ones. Yeah, I don't want to.
Show the leaks while like there's still some stream news going on.
Yeah, no.
Knocked out.
there's
If you're a
still
Terrasol,
probably-
search for 2 trainers. Any 2 trainers?
Oh.
That's pretty good. Terra just got some. Boufflant. If you're another Boufflant, your Terrasils. Wait, so if you have to have 2 Bouffalants? Why do you need 2 Bouffalants? That's too many Bouffalants.
You gotta have a whole herd, bro. One of them's gonna be lonely. Oh, so look at this build. Look at this. Look, so when you go to Japan, you can just buy this, and like you've got 90% of a deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy this.
You buy that in the Zard lead battle deck, and like baby, you're cooking. Wait, Julian reads Japanese. He can translate these for us better.
Yeah. So does Hendy. Hendy also does.
I've seen him do it. Oh yeah.
I have just skipped the whole reading and writing part of my Japanese learning. Bouffalon only reduces itself. All right, fuck, kill Bouffalon. Bouffalon's dead to us. This is the Conkeldurr guy from yesterday. They gotta print some bad cards for fun. Looks like Unite is on the yellow stages. What's in blue? Blue is going on right now. I'm trying to see if that's a phone or a VGC game.
I think it's VG. The other, I see the other lives up.
Yo, Reggie's so back. I think we're going into top cut actually now. Will and Vicky. I think
Huh? Shintaro's restreaming and he's currently doing a crossword puzzle.
He did this yesterday too. I opened Shintaro's stream yesterday and I was like, what is happening?
Let's see, Pogo is
VG is green. Okay, so Pogo's blue.
Pogo's in blue chairs, yeah.
And Unite's yellow. If you have 2 Bouffalons in play, your colorless Pokemon take 60 less. That's too many Bouffalon. All I'm saying is, Reggie Giga seems like a great play for the first regionals of the year for me.
Is Zero Prize Reggie with the Legacy Energy?
Yes, sir. I don't know what they're saying, but I think we're moving to top cut.
Oh, true. You also don't get H bench spots until you have unless you have a Stellar down, right? Is that what we decided that meant?
Yes, I think it says until you don't have, like, I think the stadium, you don't have the bets to Terra. Okay, we're in the Singy Songy.
I think Cash might be right. They're actually just waiting for top cut.
Okay, so we're in top cut. Cool. Reggie's is back. Yep. Okay, let's look at the leaked Terras. So we have Cinderace, which is Fire type, Flare Strike, Fire, double colorless, 280, pretty stock standard, so 260 with the TTE. Garnet Volley, 180 Snipe. That seems pretty bad for a stage 2. Lapras 220.
Yeah.
Skyfield for Terra has to be broken, yeah, because now Terrapagos can attack for 240 for 1. Like, that's got to be fucking insane. And then you can play like the Terrapagos, like support like Noctowl and maybe like 1 prize attackers as well, and just like spam Terrapagos.
Yeah.
Power Splash, 40 for each energy attack to this Pokemon. Mediocre. Maybe it can go in POW. Look at the top 20 cards of your deck and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. What the fuck?
Any number of energy cards. That's not even basics. That's whatever you find in there in the top 20.
The fuck? That's crazy.
I mean, the energy cost is water, psychic, and metal. So you take 1 off with the tool, and you still gotta find the other 2 types. Which, like, isn't that hard. You attach, you do water and that other, you play that other supporter. You attach a water from deck, you get a psychic in your hand.
Does the stadium work even with old Terrestrial? I don't know.
We don't know. We're gonna wait for better translations.
Yeah, I'll wait for Twain to put out translations.
Antoine.
Yeah, whatever. Terrapagoose, Unified Beatdown, and then the next one is, do this opponent's deck prevent all damage on this Pokemon from. So this is just from Mirror. Wait, from basic
I
none.
Guess.
Colors, but no, never mind. You can do this against like Raging Bolt and
mirror.
other stuff. Yeah. But it doesn't help in Mirror, where like Unified Beatdown just beats each other up. If you go but it's a cool look. You can't use this attack during your first turn. This attack does 30 for each of your bench Pokemon. So you can't use this on the first turn. You can't Unified Beatdown on the first turn.
Interesting.
Charged Web, if there's an EX or V, does 110 more. This is fucking good. This like has to be really good. And then Fulbright, discard all energy. They can't play item cards next turn. Like, that's gotta be good.
That's gotta be good. Oh, and this is where you can use, so we have the aspect that decreases, and we just got the tool that puts an energy back on from discard at the end of the turn if it's inactive. So you discard all the energy, and the tool gets one of the energy back onto it at the end of the turn. So you still only have to put 2 on it the next turn.
This Galvantula is good. I think this Galvantula is insane.
Yeah.
The stadium is players who have Terra Pokemon play have 8 bench spots, so it's just like crazy. Like you both just get. Yeah,
And
I mean,
Terra, my Zard's got 8 bench spots now too.
Oh, I really hope that doesn't copyright me. That'd be really unfortunate. So Daichi didn't make cut, but he did get top 32, so he gets his invite. So I believe cut is top 8. So there's only 3 games of Pokemon left. Actually, I'm pretty sure.
Still 50 minutes though,
Dude,
right?
14-0, 47 match. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
This guy is cooking.
I don't know what deck that is. Watch it be like Quad Thorns or something.
Yeah, the A-Spec reduces energy cost by 1. So that A-Spec is actually pretty good. Like, it's any Terra Pokemon too. So this can kind of go into, like, the Terrapagos, like, weird shit. But you can also play it in, like, Dragapult now. Or, like, something else. Like, now imagine, like, getting turn 1 or turn 2 Dragapulted and they missed an energy. Like, now Dragapult doesn't have to play Xatu. And this seems better than Neo Upper in Pidgeot. I mean, I guess it gets vacuumed, right? So that's probably actually pretty bad.
Still either way. Yeah, that anti-tool stadium is gonna see some play.
There, yeah,
Straight up.
jamming tower, yeah.
Jamming Tower.
There is tool recursion with Roseanne's backup, but vacuum exists. So if it just gets vacuumed, it's kind of sad. Wait, I gotta read Regigigas' exact attack. You know. What if we use Regigigas to power up our terrestrial Pokemon? Is this not genius?
Oh, you can use. Oh, it can. It does basic energy too, right? It's any energy card.
An energy card.
And then you're like Thorntoning.
Yeah. Galvantula is good. Galvantula is for sure good.
I guess. The 14-0 guy's name is Ishirio.
What if we play... So it's a top 16 cut, it looks like. What if we go Galvantula, Regigigas?
Oh, they're just showing top 32.
Oh, they're showing all top 32. Daichi's tweet before this was, I just lost the last round. If I win this, I get to go to Worlds. Oh my god, Handy, we're cooking. I'm so in.
Yeah, eventual item lock is sick. I don't think you even need the Reggies, right? That's what saying you need the...
What is this?
To recur it, you just need the tool that gets an energy back out of discard.
Yeah, I mean, and they need Stadium to bump tool. Because if you go Galvantula, they can't item lock. They can't vacuum it because you can't play items.
Yeah.
Cooked. Who allowed me into my zone, as many would say. The king is back. I'm just scrolling Twitter to see how people are reacting right now.
Oh, we got a couple translators. I think we've pretty much got them figured out.
I love how the new the translator meta has popped up because Tuan has been picking up like a lot of like free like advertisements, and their Patreon is like popping off too and stuff. Yeah. So people are all like, "Oh, there's a market to be made here."
I saw their shopping trip thing. Like they pick some really cool stuff.
I don't know what that is.
They're very, very thoughtful. They started I forget what you call it. That's a cool name too. Where he would say, "Hey, give me a couple $100 and like a theme, and I'll go buy cards in Japan for you and ship them to you."
Oh, cool. So like a gift
Yeah,
bag.
yeah, like
Cool.
mystery box of
Sure.
cool Japanese cards. Like they're very thoughtful.
I will be. I think they're about to start in top 8 here.
Personal swooper, yeah.
Personal Swooper. Interesting. Um. Oh, they're doing juniors finals. Yo, this is sick.
Oh, let's go!
Oh my god.
God, I want to hear the music. Oh,
I
my
can't. I'm
stream.
gonna get fucking.
I know you
DMCA'd.
can't. I'm gonna turn it on. It is. It's, I guess it's some EDM going.
They have EDM. Aw.
It's more dance. Like,
Oh man. I would love to listen to it if I didn't get DMCA'd instantly.
is your stream audio not separate from the audio you're listening to?
I don't know what I'm doing with streaming.
That's fair. Don't risk it.
Also, if I did that, then they wouldn't be able to hear you.
Yeah, true.
I think Noctowl's pretty insane.
What was it actually doing? Search for any two trainers on Evo. Yeah. Is its attack any good? Or is it just bench chilling? Well, you got 8 bench spots and like
I mean, also just getting 2 trainers seems kind of insane.
load it up. Yeah. Fill my bench with Who Thoot. Oh, okay, we're filling the bench with Who Thoot and leaving them there. Okay.
No clue yet. They're showing juniors finals right now. The probably shows juniors finals, seniors finals, and then cut. Or maybe they'll just be playing cut.
Probably. So we're still watching till 4 a.m. Or later.
Guess I'll never get to go to bed.
Too bad. To be honest, I am also excited about sleeping in my own bed. I have been to 2 less continents than you in the last month, and I'm still excited about it.
Yeah, I am excited to go to NAIC. It should be a lot of fun. But I'm also definitely burnt out from just traveling and doing other stuff right now. So I'd love to have just like the month of June off. Like Nico and I were talking about this, and Nico was like harassing me. He's like, "You're like not grinding hard enough, blah blah blah. Like you're gonna like whine when it comes to Worlds time." And I'm like, "Dude, we have all of July to prep for Worlds, and also like I didn't take a 3 month break in the middle of the season to retire. You know?"
Yeah. What, didn't he go retire in the middle of the season?
Yeah. Then he came back.
Yeah. Pokemon players never really retire.
Lugia Mir in the junior. Wait, why are they using these arts? The arts go crazy here.
I love the Shibazode Minchino Chinchino.
Okay, let's go ahead and start. I'm going to put these up for YouTube, so we'll just do it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the juniors finals in the Japanese Championship Series. One of these 2 players will become the national championship in Japan. Both players playing Lugia. I believe this is juniors. I don't think this is seniors. 2 young children, small guys. Silver Tempest Meta is back. On the mic with me, I have Justin Bean, a good friend of mine. He's just hanging out with me.
Hello, you're watching the juniors pal shuffle for a second time.
Yep. They're small hands, getting it done. We have I mean, Lugia is one of the more powerful decks coming out of this metagame with Legacy Energy and a plethora of attackers. All the Ogre Pawn attackers. You have Blood Moon Ursa Luna to clean up games, and you have access to early hands. So you have a bunch of really cool, like a bunch of cool ideas.
Almost as many options as Silver Tempest Lugia now, to be honest.
Yes.
Floating up the Luminion is sick. The Legacy Energy decreasing the prize by 1 on the first knockout. So you got your 0 prize Chinchino, you got your 1 prize. Like, the card goes crazy.
We're starting our setup phase.
Showed best of 3 in the introduction, so I assume they're playing the same new best of 3.
What a clean put the cards back into the deck when you mulligan. Yeah, I believe it's probably just gonna be best of 3. 50 minutes, winner gets determined this way. Give them a second to go get set up.
Clean shuffle from the kid on the left there.
We're going to go ahead and see what these juniors have in store for us. They're dripped out. I'm assuming they dripped them out in the outfits, the JCS gear. I like that quite a bit. So the prizes aren't really relevant on both sides. I think it would have to be a concern. Both Ionos could be relevant, actually, on one side, because that means that one side might not have more than 2 Ionos to work with. And Lugia typically plays 2 to 3 Ionos, if that. So we could be in a situation where we don't have those access. We're going to go ahead and kick things off here. They're just waiting for the start signal, and we're going to jump right into some Lugia gameplay. Just giving them a second real quick to kind of, I guess, settle in. They've got to be nervous. Are they on the main? They're on the main stage, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They brought him out.
Brought him out with smoke, with music, the whole deal. Got a
Yeah,
crowd.
this is very cool. We got the whole crowd. Yeah, people watching.
I love the monitors at crowd eye level. That's pretty sick.
I like that quite a bit too. It's better than what we've usually had.
Maybe technical difficulty. Nope, they're going.
Okay, both have pretty bad starters. Arguably, I think that the Blood Moon Ursa Luna is a worse starter just because it's really hard to move and uses a lot of energy. But Luminion also means that if you're not playing 2 Luminions, you're in a position where it could be rough. But Lugiolus could be up to 2 Luminion now, which is a advantage for them. So opening the 1 isn't necessarily a death sentence here. Obviously, just doing a quick prize check of everything. I like how they just bump up the cards. It's very easy to count rather than moving stuff to the front of the deck. I mean, the obvious choice here is just to grab a Lugia and set up to look for something turn 2, unless we have a Carmine or something in hand to play off of. I can't see the hand. I can't see the deck. They haven't shown either of those. Tons of energy and a reversal, which implies that if there's a reversal in the hand, that there is a
Luxray in the deck.
Luxray in the deck,
yeah.
So Noctown's got to be good, right? You can pop him for Rotom, and Rotom can grab Hoot and Noctowl. Yeah. I mean, it's not bad, but the problem is like Zard gets completely cleared by Drago. So now the board is like, I mean, the hand is like kind of terrible. So I think we just have to attach an energy, and like researching this does not feel good. Ideally, energy to fish, looking to probably leap the following turn, pass it over to the other player. He sees his 8th card of the turn. Let's see what we're working with. Great Ball to start. A nice 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Information is going to be gained here. What are we going to be able to grab? There was a dragon type Pokemon in that hand. I don't know what that dragon type Pokemon was, but this hand is pretty insane actually. We see the Aroma as well.
Oh, that was a Noibat.
Noibat. The coin went
If
off
I
the
had to
table.
guess.
That's pretty funny. Noivern for maybe the one prize decks like Miraidon potentially. Get a Noivern running
Yeah.
and you could potentially win the game.
Yeah, wall off all those basic attackers.
We're going to see the coin flip here. I think they're just debating because he touched the coin. What the ruling is here.
Oh, look at the time up top. We're playing 75 in it, best of 3.
Okay. Yeah,
We're
okay.
gaming.
So they're going to do a reflip. Result is the same. I mean, I don't think this matchup in particular will need the 75 minutes. There's a Muex in this Lugia list. I see a Noivern. Anything else interesting? Carmines. Luminian. I don't know if I saw hands. Oh, there it is. Good, better angle. Jacques.
Yep.
Carmine. Heavy Ball. Legacy. Yep. Okay. Noibat, Noivern, and yep. So we're gonna go ahead and get this guy. Very clean Ultra Ball for Ultra Ball double Archeops. The Lugia dream, as many would say. Grabbing ourselves a Lugia. I think you can play greedy here and just say that your opponent is not going to be able to get to a V-Star plus boss this turn. V-Star double chops boss. Like, I just think it's not happening. And if you have V-Guard in hand, which I don't think he has, Jet. Like, I think this hand is, like, kind of insane because you have another Ultra Ball to work with. So I would just bench these two Pokemon. V-Guard, yep. It's such a beautiful hand. Like, this is probably the most ideal hand you could have asked for. And there's a follow-up Jet plus Ultra Ball in hand too. So Ultra Ball for V-Star, Jet up the attacker, and just attack seems pretty insane here. Because even though you go to a 0-card hand, you get to take 2 prizes, and one thing that Lugia can do is just play off the board. So like even with 1 or 2 cards, any return KO gives Lugia the option to, or the ability to, is that Ultra Ball double chops? Research? That's crazy also. That he did not. That's where did he get those Archeopsis from? He's got to have top decked it, one of them at least.
Night. Yeah.
Top deck. We're looking for the V-Star here. Triple Ultra Ball. So I think we got the V-Star here. Aroma also. Double Aroma. Okay. The unfortunate part is attacking here is not the greatest, I think, because you're not taking a prize. But you kind of can't keep Luminian in the active. So I think you have to attack with Luminian, if anything. Like you have to Luminian, shuffle it back in, and probably just produce. There's a Luxray there. So I don't think you mind giving up a prize here, because if they go in with a Lugia and take a knockout, you can just go into Luxray, which is actually pretty cheeky, but you discarded the reversal, so there's no way there's a second reversal. So Luxray actually doesn't do anything anymore. Tails gives you access to Minccino. So you can set that up too. This is pretty ideal on both sides, honestly. We get the V-Star up and running. I think that attacking with Luminian here is pretty good. You can just throw up the Lugia and let it take a hit. Like I wouldn't mind letting Lugia take a hit here because you're like, and you can put V-Guard on Lugia and just let it take a hit here. But if Lugia dies to Cinccino, that'd be really bad. So that's a trade-off. Like if your opponent didn't support her last turn, but if he somehow has supporter, V-Star, Cinccino, knockout Lugia, then you go down 2 prize cards and the game gets really tough to start with because no matter how the trades go, you will end up losing the trades. Sure, Freddy Fazbear is on the board, so you can take a knockout there, but yeah. Power up Lugia. So I assume Minccino's going up as a sacrifice here. Almost certainly. 120. We're gonna shuffle it back in. Nope, Lugia's going up with the gift. I don't understand why we committed all those energies to Lugia if we're just gonna shuffle it back in. Or promoted active, I mean. Missed Jet Ultra Ball in hand, so nothing to work with really. I mean, if I am the player on the left, what I'm probably gonna end up doing here is Ultra Ball for Luminian, Luminian for research, research, and try to hit it off that. I did see the top deck. And then you can jet up the Minccino and try to make the play here.
I wonder if playing on the right is like daring left to just like boss knock out the Minccino if they can, because that's the only thing that's like OKOing their big two prizers.
Yep. There's a boss in hand now. I think that's a boss. So they could potentially. They might be trying to look for a boss play here, but I just don't think the boss play makes any sense here. I think you would always. I think you would Ultra Ball away Mist and boss. Grab Luminian. Luminian for research. Jet up the Minccino, and then you have to play on the gamble of hitting 2 stage ones. I just don't. I think he's debating. Like, I just think you can't. Oh my god, he got rid of the jet. I don't know what we possibly could be grabbing that makes this hand worth it. Lumi for Jacques. I think Jacques is too slow. I think you have to actually grab research. Maybe. I mean, Lumi for Jacques might have been fine actually that turn. If they play Jacques. I don't see a Luminian actually in this list so far. There's no way though, right?
You gotta get something to fit the Noibats. I don't know about cutting both Lumi.
So I guess now we're going to go in with Freddy Fazbear, or we're going to potentially just boss the Minccino on the bench. Maybe we're going to full commit two double turbos to this and just boss the Minccino here. Or maybe just boss Archeops, take a knockout. But then we go to 0 cards in hand and we have to proc this gift. So if the other player has a boss to go around it, it's like really bad actually. Yeah.
Not great. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, going all in.
He's going to attack with Lugia, it looks like here. But we're going to go to a 0 card hand, I'm pretty sure. Did we prize Luminian? We might have prized Luminian. I don't actually remember seeing it. So we're going to be able to go into retreat. And I think I have to assume we're just going to boss here. No reason not to, in my opinion.
Reading the bear.
Archeops, cool. Archeops also means that there's no way for you to die from the Minccino, which makes a lot of sense to me. Take a knockout, takes 1. I don't know what that 1 card was. I think it was an energy.
And no, there's no Lumion prizes.
So that 1 prize has to have been Lumia, or there's no Lumia in the deck. Which
There's
is crazy.
no Lumion prizes.
So no Lumi. That's crazy.
No Lumi. That's crazy.
Going down 1 Archeops is not great either, but now the trade-off has to be either the younger player on the right chooses to go 2/2/2, or they have to go chase the other Archeops as well. Getting the first attack off was good, but shuffling 3 energies into the deck made it so your board is like this exact scenario would happen where you get attacked into. The casters are showing Lux right here. We're talking about it, but the problem is I believe that the reversal energy is gone, so we can't go into reversal Lux right here. We'll go ahead and put a gift and a mist on the bench.
Yeah, if it was a 1/1, we did research that away. The Minccino needs to evolve, and we need 4 energy on it to knock out this Lugia clean.
But it can't do that. It's physically impossible. Yep.
Yeah, can't do that with 1 chops.
Yep. So here we're gonna Ultra Ball and probably research. Just slam research and Luminian for research. Just play the game, or you can go Luminian for boss. Boss up Freddy Fazbear, take 2 prize cards, or boss up an Archeops. Do the same play on the other side where you're saying, hey, I'm gonna knock out your Archeops. You don't have a clean 1-shot into me now either. And you go around the gift energy. Legacy was shuffled back into the deck, correct?
Yeah, so tap Lugia or knock a chops, and you're not activating gift, which seems good to leave our opponent with a 1-card hand.
I think you definitely not. I mean, like you're basically. I think you chase down chops and you start playing like a top deck war here between the two of
Yeah.
you. And you're basically giving the exact same scenario. Oh, wait, what? So this is a weird play to me because you're gonna go ahead and take the 2 prize cards here, but now Minccino can, like, your opponent has a 1-card hand, but there's like a world where if their 1-card hand is Cinccino, they get clean 1-shot back on you, and you don't have a great response. So we're gonna go ahead and chops. Probably put a gift on both the little rats. I think it's fine. You probably go a gift +1 on both, and then it's probably just gonna be an attack given that. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing else on board really wants to attack.
Yeah, literally. I think at least put 1 gift on both just so you can get
Give value if they get bossed.
exactly.
Yeah. Fire on the right could find a Cinccino this turn to take another 2, but ooh.
I mean, now you're just putting gifts everywhere that matters. So now if a boss comes through, it is less relevant. And we get the first hit on the Lugia and the Lugia mirror here. So we get to take a Lugia hit. And now this Lugia is, like, now boss isn't like a really great target anymore. Like, bossing Archeops doesn't feel good with this Lugia because you don't want to really lose those prize cards. So you have to kind of establish, like, you get this, like, this Luminian is going to be an attacker into the into a Cinccino. But then you have to figure out something to put up that doesn't just get 1-shot immediately as well. Ultra Ball for the Cinccino. We're gonna go ahead and chops, power it up. The player on the right here is pretty locked into this Cinccino actually. I think I would have liked to see them grab a Legacy and another energy and put it on Luminian here maybe. Because we're not ever taking a clean knockout on Lugia anyway. I mean, if maybe we're just gonna take it this turn. Maybe we're just gonna retreat and take the knockout and proc the gift. But if we do that, a boss on Archeops kind of seals the game to some degree. Because if we go take this prize, go down to 2, boss
Then,
on...
Yeah, the left guy's got a clean 1 prize board.
Yeah.
Like,
And gift energy gets procced here as well. So knockout here, gift energy gets procced. Because he sees 6 cards before he has to promote. Here, establishing a new Lugia might not be bad either. Or you can go into Freddy Fazbear this turn. You can go Freddy Fazbear. I mean, I wouldn't do it actually. If you're going to kill the Archeops, then you wouldn't do it this way. But what you can do over the course of 2 turns is go into Freddy Fazbear. So like this turn, if you're going to kill the Archeops, you just go boss kill Archeops with Cinccino. And then once Cinccino goes down, the following turn you go Freddy Fazbear, kill active, and then if there's no other Cinccino, there's no chops anymore, so Cinccino can't threaten you anymore, and Freddy Fazbear can then just get moved into a different attacker, like another Cinccino, to end the game. Or you take, I mean, you have to take 1 somewhere, and then it's like a 2-2 route. So you could go into something big here and just say like, okay, you don't have it after this. They're gonna get the Cinccino. We're going to go ahead and use Archeops. Yep. So let's see what the decision making is here behind this turn of play. Missed to active, which indicates maybe that we're just going to attach from hand and boss something.
So I think 140, which should be clean knockout on the lug or the chops.
There's a boss in hand.
There is a boss in hand. Let's see if he chases that chops.
I think I'd chase the chops if I was him.
Yeah.
Norbert doesn't do anything, man. Don't bench that card. I also use something you can bench Lugia. It's a loose con. Oh, wait, yeah, it's a loose con here. So I think you just have to chase chops. Chasing a 2-prizer is weird here because if you chase Lugia, you give him gift. Noibat.
Right.
Luminion. Okay. Interesting. So maybe the Noivern is a strategy to... maybe we're going to gust up... Like, maybe the 1 Archeops... I don't know, this just doesn't seem correct, where, like, now this Noibat doesn't actually do anything.
No.
Like, the Noibat would have made some sense if we chased the Archeops. But
Seems
now,
like
the Archeops is just going to load up the Lugia. And there's no Lugia that can respond to the knockout, so the player on the right just basically wins. Because this Cinccino takes a knockout, you're going to accelerate. If they get an attachment off this Iono to 2, is like the game is over, actually. Let's see the 2 cards. Is there an attachment? Yep. So I would just put double turbo on the Lugia. Or, I mean, okay, so I would put 2 actually non-DT energies on Lugia. Because now you can kill a 220 HP guy. If you can possibly do that. Like, I think you put Legacy on the Lugia, just because, like, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, I don't think you're going to use Legacy for anything else in this game. So, Legacy on a Lugia. And then you go... Oh, we're just going to gift the Archeops also, so everything is gifted on the board.
Okay, so Noivern EX has 260 HP. Which Lugia cannot one-shot.
But Noivern only hits for 70, I believe. So, it's like, you're not even one-shotting back.
First attack's for 70. I guess you're never hitting the second attack in this deck.
Yeah.
So you can only get rid of pay for one of the color costs.
Correct. So now the play here is probably use hands with Legacy. And then hope you don't lose the game on a boss here.
Yeah.
When there's going to be a gift energy proc, which is like not ideal.
Yeah, their whole board's gift energy.
Which is smart from the player on the right. They were able to, put their board in a position. Or go ahead and use Luminion as well for Serena. Oh, we're taking 3 prizes. We win the game. Do you remember what I said last turn where I said we should put remember what I said last turn? I said we should put the Legacy energy on the Lugia. I said we should put Legacy energy and something else. No, Legacy energy was in the deck because we attacked with Luminion on turn 1. So Legacy energy goes on the Lugia. You have no lose condition in this situation anymore.
The
first game.
That's such a sick play.
We win the game off of the Serena here, but definitely a throw from the player on the right. I don't think they thought about the hands endgame situation.
Big hands for 3.
But that is a situation where, like, if you guys are playing Lugia in the future, you have to keep in mind to use that Legacy energy because it's not doing you any good just sitting in the deck. Like, that's a turn where, like, gifting Archeops is fine, right? But, like, so what's the lose condition there? The lose condition there is your opponent takes 3 prize cards, or the lose condition there is you run out of attackers, are the 2 things. So in a situation where you run out of attackers, you simply put a Legacy plus 1 other energy, like a Jet or something, onto the Lugia. So now you can swing for 220 if need be. You have a Legacy, so you can't give up 2 prize cards or 3 prize cards even in that situation. And then you put the DTE onto the Archeops. So now Archeops can free retreat if need be. So nothing can get gusted. If Archeops goes down, you just need to take an attack somewhere, and Cinccino already has 4 energies on it, and there's nothing in either deck that has more than that much HP. So you just win the game on the Cinccino. But then if Legacy hits the active, let's say like it's a gust onto Archeops with Cinccino and Legacy onto the active, you now have to play on the other Legacy, but you have 2 attackers. So you have a Legacy on the bench, Lugia, so you have a 1 prizer and a 1 prizer technically on board with 2 prizes to give remaining. So then the hand scenario, it has to come back down to the hand scenario anyway. So maybe the end game plays out the exact same with the hand scenario, but you give yourself the option to top deck into boss or Luminion. which Luminion I think we already used, so it was in the discard. But you give yourself a chance to top deck into boss or something of that nature. But just not putting the legacy on the board seemed like a little bit of a throw, because like you get to that like the way I explained it just now. I don't know if that was a little bit complicated for everyone to follow, but the exact thing I explained is you just get back to that same exact end game, either this turn or in 2 turns. So you have to give yourself 1 extra card to draw and try to play the game and win the game that way. So
right. So if player on the left had knocked out the last drops on the right, they can avoid all of that shenanigans, right? Unless they just like top deck legacy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not need the epic hands for 3 for game.
Exactly. So we're going back into it. Looks like the player on the left is the one who has the final turn as well in the game. We see here Serena is prized, and we see that the Ursaluna is prized for the player on the right, and then a boss on the player on the left. So Blood Moon Ursaluna is not really relevant until the end of the game. I do think it's T in the boss at this point. We're going to see a Lugia attach gift. Nice and easy. Probably just a pass. I don't see the hands, but it's an indication of like I don't really think anything else is going on. Pass. Cool. I see Archeops Ultra Ball in hand. Ultra Ball and Noivern. I see another Ultra Ball as well. So there's Noivern is gone. From the deck, we're going to see a grab of the Archeops. In this situation, I think obviously just get them. I think you get a second Lugia down just in case there's a pop-off turn that exists where you lose both your Lugias. So just to be safe, I think you get both Lugias down. And you have a Carmine in hand as well to draw 5. So you have a follow-up. Like I think it's got to be Lugia because if like your lose condition here is V-Star, Ultra Ball 2 chops, boss's orders, kill Lugia, and then you lose the game because you can't get another Lugia into play. So you just can't get cocky with it, I think, and just put another Lugia into play. He's thinking about a Chinchino, and he could get bailed out, obviously, but we don't know what's in the player on the right's hand. Maybe they have aromas, maybe they have other stuff in hand that they just they don't want to use because they have 1 extra turn to see another top deck of information. Because Aroma pulls a card out of the deck, Great Ball pulls a card out of the deck. But we're just saying that you don't have it like that. We're committing to the play. And we're going to Carmine and C5 cards. Carmine, a pretty decent supporter card. I don't think you need... I mean, like people are choosing to play multiples of it, which is like nice. What do we draw into here? A Great Ball. I don't know what we're Great Balling for this turn, just because... unless we're looking exactly for another Lugia V to bench. I don't think we needed to Great Ball here because, again, you get 1 more turn to top deck and get information. And that's actually like really crucial in a game like this where like a Lugia deck where sequencing is every single extra card can matter so much more. Unless we had like a gift specifically to attach.
And if our opponent isn't researching, that's going to get IO'd right to the bottom of the deck.
Yep. So we're going to go ahead and see an attachment to the Lugia of the Mist Energy and a pass. Now it's time to see what this hand is working with. It was just an attachment and a pass last turn. We see an Aroma. See, I told you there was going to be cards like Aromas. These players are heads up with it. It's a Tails. Tails means Luminion. Luminion for Jacques. Jacques for all your Ultra Ball in hand. You have all the pieces you need. Luminion coming through. Let's see what's in the hand. Legacy Energy hands. No Ultra Ball. Luminion for probably just research then, I guess. This is going to have to be a big research. I don't know if benching the hands is necessarily the greatest play here because now you've limited yourself from benching Minchinos. And if you somehow miss here, you are kind of committed into the... So you got 1 Archeops. You have to find 1 more Archeops and a V-Star. So you're kind of committed into... like you're stuck into 1 Lugia unless you find a way out. I see a Nest Ball. No Ultra Ball. So unfortunately, I think it's going to have to be a bench to Lugia and Read the Wind, which is like really bad now because you're down on prize cards. But you have the Luxray to come back into this. But the problem is you're going to draw your 3. You're going to try to play the game on this board. But now you already know there's a Chinchino in the hand. Okay, something's happening here. No, we're good. Cool, we can play. There's a Chinchino top deck Legacy. A little bit interesting. I mean, I think you have to attach here. I think we have... I would have attached before we drew cards. Also, benching Mew here seems fine because you get to see more cards potentially as well. But we're going to go ahead and see 4 cards looking for V-Star. No V-Star. So whiff on both sides. I think that's pretty fair. We're going to see another attachment to the Lugia. Choosing not to attack for 70 on the active, which I think is a weird decision because attack for 70 means that 220 can KO. So
you're only attacking. You're not attacking for 70. You need double turbo.
That's correct. You're right. I forgot that the attack is 2.
You would hit for like 30, which is
that's negligible.
Yeah, it doesn't quite put you in hands range, so that's pretty negligible. Yeah.
So this now we get the V-Star up and running, and the game can be instantly blown wide open if there's a boss's orders in the hand. By that I mean the game ends. I didn't see the hand. I didn't see if there was a boss.
I didn't either.
So we'll go ahead and see here. If there's just a boss, the game ends, right? Like it's just boss Lugia and the game. Archeops comes through. I mean, here, if you don't have the boss, you just go into hands. And so it looks like we're going into hands. Jet energy up the hands. Player playing very fast. He's excited. He knows that he's in a commanding state right now. 2 chops in the other discard. If you have V-Guard, I think you slap it on here as well. No V-Guard, just putting on the mist. Conserving energies very smartly. Putting Lugia in a situation where they now have to find V-Star once again. They missed it last turn. We're going to be able to hand here. And if this Minccino takes a knockout, which it has to do, it's only taking 1 prize card. There is a Jacques in hand. So Jacques can go ahead and grab ourselves the V-Star, which I think is the only play here. Like, I think the hand is, like, it's Carmine or that, but I don't think you can gamble on the Carmine at this point in the game. I think you have to go ahead and grab this. And if you do this, you're only taking 1 prize card. And once your Chinchino goes down, you don't have a great way to respond to the Lugia V-Star, whereas your opponent still has, board space. They can do stuff. They can put down a Chinchino on this turn. They can set up for the following turn. You have to look for a boss's orders. And you need to commit to this play. Like, you need to commit to killing this hands, because if you don't kill the hands will go ahead and kill your Chinchino and take 2 more prizes anyway. And there's a Legacy in hand, though. So what you can do is Legacy the Chinchino, and then attach 3 from deck to Chinchino. Because then you put yourself in a position where you only give up a 1 prize card in this knockout, or 0 prize cards in the knockout, and try to mitigate the value of the hands that just happened. And you know that Luminion's stuck on the board now too, because Luminion can't be bounced. Or you can play Super Greedy. And you can play Super Greedy and just save the Legacy for like a hands play on like the Luminion to end the game, maybe for 3. And try to take 2, or like Luminion, yeah, just try to take 2 prizes somewhere else. So I think based on given the outs, I think he's going to try to hold the Legacy as long as possible. That being said, there's like a Carmine in hand, so it's like the only supporter we can use next turn. Jamming Tower, so you can proc more cards off Gift. We're going to go hit the knockout here for 260 damage. Legacy energy means you only get 1. No energy off Gift. 1 card. Cool. The Swinging Mirror continues. Archeops. So this turn, ideal for the player on the right would be drop a Chinchino on the board. Yep, there it is. Or Minccino on the board. Set up your board in a way where you take the knockout on the active, and then you can look for basically an endgame scenario by taking out a Chops, and then you can one-shot the Lugia for game. We're going to go ahead and get the double turbo out of the deck here with the Chops. A lot of energies. Not that many energies gone, I don't think.
I agree. Do you ever float up the Lumi here?
You can't. Legacy's gone.
Legacy's gone. Yep.
So the knockout comes through as well. Gift energy gets procced. 1 prize card. It is the Blood Moon Ursulina, which is a pretty big prize card to take here as well. Reversal will also be pretty useless for the remainder of this game, I think, because we are ahead on prize cards. So once again, the counterplay with the Luxury Reversal doesn't really do much. Lugia hitting the board once again. Let's see what we walk into. Can we find a way to use this Legacy energy this turn? If we can go hands, Legacy, Boss, kill Lumi, bench 2 Chinchinos, that's super ideal. But that would be a lot. There's Lumi in hand as well. Here. There's a lot of energies gone for the player on the left. I think they're in a lot of trouble here. A couple Carmines in hand. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves probably Boss's Orders, I want to say. No supporters. I don't think there's any supporters left in the deck.
7 energies in deck.
Yeah, but no supporter cards. This Luminian fails. I think they were looking for... I don't know what they were looking for here. Maybe a Boss's Orders to bring up the Vincino?
Yeah, they may have forgotten they've prized and discarded a boss.
Yep.
And they played their Serena already. So that might be all they're gusting down.
So this might be a pretty lost game, honestly. Attack here. Maybe go into hands.
Yeah, their list is very heavily teched out, which I wonder if that just makes them fairly unfavored in a clean Lugia mirror like this.
Yeah. The Noibat seems weird for other stuff, but in this situation, it's not the most ideal.
I imagine in the junior division, just a clean Noivern sweep of your Raging Bolt, Ogre Pawn decks, or Miraidon is probably a good thing to have on hand. Probably good to get him to this point, but not helping him out here in the end game.
This is just unfortunate now because like the Lugia player or like this Lugia that's on the board will just go down to 1 prize card here, and even if there is a knockout return, then there's just enough attackers to basically end this game. There's attaching an energy from hand to make sure there's a way to float or retreat here. No, everything in the remaining is an attacker on the field. Yep. It's got to be a
40. Yeah.
I mean, the play here is to go into hands, Iono low. I don't even think you can Iono low. Like, you just got to go hands and, like, hope that your opponent doesn't have a way to win the game here. The opponent has a lot of cards in hand, and they didn't really do anything last turn. So maybe you just go hands, take 3, and then you realistically look for a gust off your prize cards. That's all you can do.
Bet they can't find that Chinchino.
Yeah, I mean, you only have 1 play to make, right? Like, that's the only play you can make. Take 3. You do get the bosses here. Oh, my launcher refreshed. That's weird.
Oh, they're down to 1, so the Bloodmoon Ursaluna can also just drop in for a KO.
Yep, Bloodmoon Ursaluna wins the game as well. So any like if they have Bloodmoon Ursaluna, they can just slam it.
Any form of evolution or basic search here.
There it is. Yep.
That's all he needs. There we go.
No reason to put the gift there. I mean, it's just, I guess, for insurance.
Yep.
Cool. And we're going to a game. Oh no, there was 2 prizes. Yeah, so they had to put that Blood Winner on with an energy. But now we are heading to game 3. The player on the left does get to go first now, so there's a huge advantage in the mirror match. And they also have the final turn. So I believe that they are in a position where they just have to kind of get ahead and stay ahead, and they can walk out with this championship. Game 3, Lugia mirror, electric actually.
This is very back and forth. We have 40 minutes, so I think we're finishing this game.
For sure. They're giving both players like a chance to just like, take a breath and like pile shuffle here up again too.
Yeah, but Love that form. Take care of the stream players.
Yeah, these juniors aren't used to playing on stage. Obviously, it's a very stressful experience. For anyone who hasn't played on stream, it's not the most ideal fun time. It is very stressful. So people are just prone to make mistakes, and obviously these young kids are not used to playing on stage as well. Now we're locked in. We're going to see where this takes us. 2 kids battling it out. I'm going to go take a quick bathroom break while they're shuffling up. I'll be right back. Beat, you take over.
Taking over. You can see the high production value here. The Japan Nats are basically like an IC that Japan hosts for themselves. You can see in the background the green. This is where the VGC stage. We've also got Unite and Go going on all at the same time. For JCS and Masters, at least, it was basically invite only this year. If the numbers all our friends from Japan shared with us are accurate, you had to win a City League for an invite, or place well at a CL to get an automatic round. And they basically ran out of slots for the regular lottery for most players to get in. So I assume juniors works the same, where they did well at their locals, or they've done well at the CL before. Mulligan for both sides. They're trying again.
Nice and even. Back in time just for the prizes. Luminian prize on both sides. That is unfortunate, but one player is going to see it earlier than the other. So I guess these opening hands will be quite relevant. Lugia on one side, Freddy Fazbear on the other. Jet attach, double Archeops in hand, and I think a research. That's a boss. So there's a lot of top decks that are actually really good here. Research is probably the best one. Ultra Ball. Actually, Ultra Ball would probably be one of the better ones because Ultra Ball gets you Ultra Ball for like a Chinchino or something, and then you have the boss in hand kill Lugia. But Tails on the Aroma breathes life into the Lugia deck. We're allowed to kind of start cooking a little bit here.
Get our basics down. A Lug V, a Menchino. Doing a little prize checking, maybe.
Another Aroma. Yep. See a flip. Heads here.
What?
Kind of ideal,
Why check prizes when you're just getting them all Pokemon out of your deck you need?
Grabbing the chops. We're going to see a Nest Ball here. One player playing Nest. Player on the right is playing Nest. Player on the left is playing Great. Both good for their own reasons here. Minchino hitting the board as well. Again, opting not to get another Lugia. Just saying you don't have it like that. Jamming Tower. Just thinning out of the hand. And we're going to see a Research. Double Chops and an Iono. So we're seeing kind of the blitz run of Lugia.
I might see this from both of them if the player on the left top X an Ultra Ball.
If the player on the left top takes an Ultra Ball, I think they're probably just going to win the game on the spot.
We did not get another Lugia V. We have
hand.
an Ultra Ball. Yep.
I think they're debating what to do. I don't think they're going to put it down. I think both players are committed to the line of if you have it, you have it. But I'm not going to bench bad cards to give you more prize cards.
Yep.
Attachment to the bench. Reversal energy. I'll see if we can read it. Just see what's going on there. Top deck Ultra Ball would be Epic here. Ultra Ball! Oh!
Oh my god.
Top deck Ultra Ball called it here. That's just like that's just pretty much it, right? Like we top deck Ultra Ball, Archeopsis.
Yeah. We got a boss. Like
we can grab a Minchino as well here. Set up the board perfectly in the exact way it needs to be. Boss already in the hand. Don't even have to think too much about it. A boss's orders onto this Lugia V would put us into a position. There's no Luminion. If not, I probably would have grabbed Luminion, put it in my hand also. So he can
Yeah,
go back-to-back boss's orders.
this is his first deck search, so he's trying to keep the nerves down a little.
Oh, he's going to go
You
ahead and
know,
use hands this turn. He's going to take 3 prizes with the hands.
that's
So
that's
now a
bold.
boss's orders will win the game. Jet Energy in hand, I believe. Last 2 cards in hand, Jet Boss.
Insane.
This is the perfect culmination of cards. A perfect nightmare for the other player. And amp you very much for 3 prize cards. Taking the Luminion as well. And, I mean, if you're the player on the right, you have to bench a Lugia to play the game. You have to put a Lugia on the board for the game to continue. But if you put a Lugia on the board, there's a Luminion in the hand that's just going to win the game.
Bananas.
You have to put down
See,
2 Lugia and attach a Legacy, but Legacy can only go to 1 Pokemon. So this game is checkmated. We're in a position that the game can't really go.
Oh, we've got a Thornton.
Thornton, oh my god.
We've got a V-Star. We're playing the game.
We are able to set up here. We are able to get the V-Star up and running. We have the Freddy Fazbear knockout on the return. Dude, I was ready to call this one dead and dusted and over. But a surprise Thornton, a card that I didn't expect to see in the hand, gives us new life into this game. Gives us an avenue for this Blood Moon Ursaluna to come back and take a knockout. But the game is still far from over. The Blood Moon Ursaluna is going to be able to take the knockout here. But that's just a start. We're going to be able to take the first prize. And it's going to be 1 prize card. But that's just a start. We're going to see a Gift Energy proc for 4 cards here. And if there's a Minccino in these 4 cards, there's going to be a lot of things being picked up here. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it a ton. So 4 cards coming in. In an ideal world, we see I don't see a Minccino, and I see a lot of energies in that hand. There's an Aroma, though. So I think you still throw up the Chinchino. I think that's your best bet. We got a coin flip. It's a 50-50. Another Lugia V-Star. That doesn't do us any good. We're going to go ahead and see the coin flip coming through.
Yep.
Tails. Oh, that's not what we wanted to see.
Tails not a knockout. Tails gets us
Another
a backup Minccino?
Yep, I think so. There is enough energies in the deck that we can make this work. So I think the best play here is to preload and slam the Carmine. Like, I think we have to commit to the play. Because if we get the knockout here, the game is just so much in our favor. Like, we just win the game with a single boss's orders. Or, this turn you can attach to the active, retreat into Lugia. You have 2 Minchinos down now. Or Minchino's down now. And you can just boss up you can go Luminion, boss up a Chops, or boss up the Minccino on the bench. There's only 1 Minccino. Take the prize card. Go to 2 prize cards. Leave your opponent with no reasonable way to knock out your board. Gift Energy. And we're going to see the Carmine. Let's see if this play gets rewarded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not thinning energies out of the deck either. Praying from the player on the right. There is the Minccino. There is the Chinchino. There's going to be the energies being accelerated to the active. But there's a lot of energies gone already. How many are left in the deck? 1 to the active there. And then we're going to go ahead and use the Chops again here. For
All of energy's gone. We lost that Luminion for a boss play later.
Yep. I think there was very much a reasonable play to hold the hand with all the energies in it. We discarded a lot there. So we could have played for a boss's order here on this Minccino this turn. With the Lugia attack. No way for Lugia to go down. There's a boss in the hand, though. Gift on the active. Everything is proc the way it's supposed to be. 2 cards being taken. We're probably going to look for... We're going to see the gift proc for 4. 4 cards. What can you do here? What can you do to win this game? The Lugia V has to come up. Almost certainly. We got to bring up the attacker. See what can do with this. What can you do to win this game?
We still have our Legacy Energy in the deck somewhere.
Legacy Energy won't do us a lot of good if it's going on Lugia won't do us a lot of good because whatever is good, it gets put on the bench, gets bossed. So I think going into Chinchino and putting a legacy there is the best option, and just hoping that your opponent doesn't have it. But that's a pretty bad hope. Like, your opponent did discard their Luminian. They have gone through a lot of cards. We're going to go ahead and Iono here. We need a lot. We need a lot of this Iono. The boss is going to the bottom of the deck, but there's gift energy on the active. So we're still going to see 7 cards. The one hope you have is that your opponent could run out of energies. Hands coming down. Hands. Legacy. Taking 2 here. Try to make a comeback. Only response to hands is Minchino. But if the player on the left draws too many energies, maybe they can't even attack. A lot of energies are gone. We researched away a couple. We retreated a couple. We used hands early. We are down a lot of energies. I think we're down like 11 energies at least. So there's probably 1 attack left we can produce. We're going to see, and thank you very much. We're going to see 6 new cards. What are the cards? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
His eyes did not light up like he saw a boss in there. Oh, there is a Chinchino.
1.
How many energy are still
2,
in deck?
3, 4. There it is.
There's knockout.
There's the energies. That's the game. We have our junior Japanese national champion. Actually, a pretty insane Lugia mirror. Hands came into play. Both players holding their legacy energies for a good part of the game. Playing chicken. Game 1 decided on a small mistake, but also a weird end game that I think could have gone either way. Still favored on the player on the left. They are the Japanese national champion. With that, yeah. So now, they'll probably show seniors, I think, probably next. And then we'll probably go into top 8 of...
Dude, what a banger. Thought we'd have a game after the Thornton, but they're just down up too many prizes.
Giving up 3 there is really tough, I think.
Yeah. And having to respond to it with the Fazbear and not a Chinchino is unfortunate.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Just not ideal. Yep. Just good gameplay, good overall. Can't complain too much about that one. That was a lot of fun to watch. And now we're down to
Man, I love the kiddos.
Done. Yeah.
The juniors in VG are also known for just only putting their foot on the gas, like all gas no brakes plays. They're so funny to watch. I know some of the IC casters' favorites to cast are the juniors, just like mowing each other down.
Yeah, a lot less technical, a lot more just like going at each other.
Which is kind of what a lug mirror is. At least that one.
A lot of fun, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think Masters has begun yet. I think they're going to try to stream everything. So maybe this will go for a lot longer than I thought, because
yeah.
In Japan it's only like 3:30 right now.
Something like that. They're a clean 12 ahead of you.
13.
13.
Because of daylight savings.
Yeah.
So they're at 3:30, which means they probably will broadcast. I mean, I cannot physically stay up for all of this, I believe, which is going to be really unfortunate because I wanted to make content out of it. Yeah. But for everyone watching, there's a good chance that tomorrow I will like wake up and rebroadcast, not rebroadcast, like not restream, but I might go ahead and record the reaction to the Masters finals and have it set up for the YouTube channel before I leave for New Orleans, because I don't want to mess up my sleep schedule too bad. So this is probably going to be my last game once the junior's off. I just want to see what they're going to lead into next, because I don't want to blow up my sleep schedule 3 days before an IC, you know? Azul gets the good fortune of being on the West Coast, so he can kind of...
He can stream a little longer.
Yeah, he can stream a little bit longer. I think yesterday Azul hopped off almost exactly when I hopped off, which is crazy. I think he did one more round and then he hopped off.
Did he watch some of Bologna too?
No, he didn't wake up this morning.
Okay.
Bologna should start soon, or well, their rounds are starting soon.
Oh, true.
Bologna,
something like that. I don't know. Do you see how many? The no-show situation at Speeds is really annoying.
Top Cut yet? I think they're gonna show. I think they're gonna show.
I think we're going to seniors next.
They're probably gonna go seniors finals, and then I think Top Cut is to 8 for Masters. In years past, it's been 16. I'm pretty sure, but it's gonna cut to 8. I'm pretty sure, and we're gonna go ahead and have probably top 8, top 4 finals match. Darren, the round or the stream? Not the stream, right? Just you guys just start play in 5 minutes. Stream starts like probably 3 rounds in, right? As usual.
I would assume so.
So Japan will end as Bologna starts. He drew 8 with gift. Let's go look.
I mean, right at the end? I know he was kind of counting them funny.
Let's count. 4, 5, 6, 7. There's not here. It's the last, this knockout here with the hands. Let's take a look. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is 8 cards.
Ooh.
That's... Should I make a tweet? It is a junior.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. Not worth it. I'll leave someone else to make that. He did top deck the Chinchino. Let's see the 8 cards in his hand before Chinchino, though. So maybe he had a way to get to it.
See if we can see him.
He has Aroma. I see an Aroma, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, Azul already talked about it?
Oh. That's tough.
I mean, if Azul's talking about it, I don't need to talk about it.
Hard agree.
Yeah, I'll let Azul take care of the drama or whatever. Franco was supposed to be here, and he has like flaked on me every night, which is crazy. Yeah, if Azul's talking about it, then I don't have to talk about it. I mean, there was an Aroma in hand for a coin flip, but like, what are they going to do? Like, tell this kid, like, hey, go back? I don't think Azul's a drama tuber. I think Azul doesn't like bullshit. And so I'm very glad he's stepping up to deal with like some of the bullshit in the community. Like, there are some people in the community who are simply here to like
cause problems
and like they don't really want to help the community, in my opinion, or they don't really understand what the community means. So
yeah, I like that he
tries to understand every perspective, and then he gives his
Yes.
opinion on it, which I like. because
Right.
there's obviously some perspectives that people don't get fully
Yeah,
from
he's
every
he's
side.
always very very clear that it is his opinion, and like
Yeah,
what his opinion
Azul
is
really
his
likes
opinion. Like
like
it's not fact. Like
oh
he's not picking a winner. He is putting out his opinion.
yeah. The big thing is like a lot of people are like tough at talking about accountability. Um, but Azul like kind of holds people accountable. Um,
Hmm.
which is good. Like, and some people are really tough at like articulating that and like verbalizing it, so it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what the Japanese community will think of this because in Japan, honor is like such a big thing,
Yeah.
and all that. So like drawing 8 at the very end of the game to win is kind of crazy.
It is tough. So we did see at least one aroma in there. So that's like
Like
50
I don't know what the
50
rest of the cards in
plus.
his hand were,
Yeah, I didn't
but
pay
he
too close
obviously
attention
top
either.
decked. I think it'll be seniors
Yeah.
finals next. Yeah, I won't be streaming anymore after this. I'm probably gonna hop off. I'm just gonna wait to see what they do next. It is 2:30. I do still have work on Monday and Tuesday before I leave for NAIC, which is now in 3 days. My flight is in 3 days because Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. The player on the left drew 8, yeah, before his top deck, which was the game-winning card.
Yeah. I can't see what else is in there because he just slams the Chinchino.
Yeah, I can't see what else is in there either. I mean, I'm not going to discuss it any further. I mean, obviously, I think the implications are clear. There was an aroma, so it's a 50-50 that the game ends. And I don't see the rest of the cards, so maybe there was a win con there. Dude, Daichi already put out a vlog. That's crazy.
He was on stage an hour ago.
Yeah,
What?
left player, Mooncake.
The winner. Actually, I can't see what's in that hand. Oh, I see his lug, Noibat. Oh, that is an aroma.
There's the third card's an aroma.
Yeah, the one on the other side of the lug. Anyway,
Okay, yep. I don't really know where they're gonna go from here, but I feel like that is probably a wrap from me on my end. If you guys are interested in helping out and supporting the channel or whatever, and being part of the gang, just hit the subscribe button. That's all that helps me out at the YouTube channel. You don't have to do anything on Twitch. I don't stream nearly enough for all that. But I'm gonna hop off. You guys will see the rest of the videos from me later in the tournament. I will probably do a recap of the finals, the Masters finals, but and I will be uploading the Juniors finals to YouTube at some point. I'm gonna do a card reaction tonight. But thank you guys for watching. I'm going to cap out the stream. Go hang out with Azul. He will be better. More people there, more engagement maybe. But I'm off for the night because I gotta get some sleep, and I have stuff I need to get done tomorrow before I leave for Worlds, not Worlds, NIC. So good night.